she brought it up.
Yeah, what are you dicking around, buddy?
No, I'm not dicking around. I'm on the show 10 seconds, and I finally added our guest, unlike you two jackwagons.
No!
We already talked to her, and then we were going to start the show and then bring her in.
Well, why can't she start the show with us? She's
didn't
like,
play that.
she's 10 hours away. I mean,
this guy just fucking shows up and he just runs amok.
Listen, somebody's got to take charge of this nonsense. I get in here, the guest is in
it
the
all
queue. You guys are. Let me talk. You guys are all about nothing but tomfoolery and shenanigans, and our beautiful guest is waiting on us. I can't believe you two. Jazzy, how are you tonight, dear?
I'm good. Just let me fix my camera. I'm good. You guys are funny. It's already a lot of fun over here. I'm tired, but now I'm wake up again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take you out of that. Forgive me. Forgive me. Well, we're live.
Forgiven.
Yes, we're live.
We're live.
We're live. Are you sitting on a throne?
Yes, I do. And you know what? The cool thing about one throne, I have two of them. Woohoo!
Who's the other one for?
Come on. What was I'm getting my ticket tomorrow. I'm going to be sitting on another throne. What are you, crazy?
It's safe for the queen. That's obviously me and the king, who has to arrive because I want to get married on February 22. So come on, hurry. We have no time. So my show is on the 20th, and 2 days later I want to get married. So
we're not messing around there.
No messing around.
Well, before Tony bombarded the show.
Bombarded? You mean took over and started the show like the way you're supposed to?
No. We already talked to Jazzy, and we told her we were going to do an open, and then we're going to bring her in. But you're just old chicken fingers over there, just mashing buttons.
So, but now I'm here. So are we saying hello to our viewers, or what's going on?
We're saying hello to who's ever listening out there. Oh, I got to hit the rant because Tony was late and I forgot to do that. So we'll do that.
They blame me for everything, Jazzy.
Unbelievable.
So February 20th, Serious Wrestling, Serious Entertainment. No.
Serious Sports Entertainment.
Sorry. Well, Serious Wrestling is the social media tag for Instagram.
Yeah, true.
Last time we talked to you, I feel like this was something you were starting to put together, and then of course the pandemic happened and screwed everything up for everybody. But we're back, and
we're back.
Less than a month, you'll be running your first show. You've been an MMA fighter. You've been a professional wrestler. Now you're wearing the promoter hat. What has that transition been like for you?
It's crazy. It's so stressful, but I like positive stress. I love it. It's so crazy to be on the other side, you know. Some things are really frustrating, but some things are really like, wow, I didn't know it was this way. So yeah, it's super interesting. And I can recommend everybody to do the step, take a look behind the scenes, and, you know, even as a wrestler, you know, take a look behind the scenes and understand what a promoter goes through. Like, there's like one thing that annoys the hell out of me, and I don't understand. I did it when I was a wrestler, but it's not common, I guess. Promote the show. Like, promote the show you are on, you know? Go on freaking podcasts or interviews or whatever and tell them that you're on the show, because why not? You know, we pay you, so why would you not tell all the fans that you're on this particular show, you know? And nobody's really doing this, and I have to, you know, like, ask them all the time and ask, can you retweet? Like, I'm doing the tweets, please retweet it. But even that's too much for some wrestlers, what I don't understand.
I get that can be very. I understand your frustration. I understand. I mean, we do a little podcast, and I get annoyed at people. But here you are. You're putting, you know, your money, your time, your energy into this, and you want it to be successful. We want it to be successful because more wrestling is just better for everybody. And you know, over there in Germany, I'm sure they wouldn't.
Absolutely. I want to try to bring something new to the table, you know, because we have already amazing wrestling companies, you know, like what is special about mine. You can say, but I want to have it special. Like my ring is, for example, not in the middle of the arena like usual. My ring is on a stage, and it's more like a theater. And I'm curious how the fans will react, if they will clap and boo and cheer and all that stuff. But yeah, and I will have sexy dancers like the Nitro Girls back in WCW. I will have live music for the entrances, and will have gimmicks. For me personally, gimmicks is really important, so the viewer can get attached to the wrestler. So yeah, I'm really curious how everything will come along. I have little tiny surprises for the people live at the show, but also for the viewers. So I'm really excited.
Now,
Thank you.
what is the pandemic situation over there for you? Like, are you guys in
Oh.
lockdown? Is everyone good? Like, what are the guidelines you have to follow to run a live wrestling show in 2020?
Yeah, so everybody tells me not to do it actually, and I can understand. Is he all right?
Hopefully he hurt himself.
Hello. So yeah, we have a lot of strict regulation. For example, I'm only allowed to have half of the venue. Like originally, I wanted to have 880 people, but now I'm only allowed 440. And guess what? I'm sold out. But I will, lose a lot of money. And they all have to wear a mask, and they have to be vaccinated or being healthy again, but also they have to have a test. So yeah, it's not that easy to promote actually. And the new variation Omnicom, it's going crazy. Like I have 3 weeks to go, so I pray that nothing bad will happen. But Omnicom in Germany is going wild.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same here too.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, are you responsible for making sure? I went to the GCW wrestling show last night in the city, and it was the same thing. Wear a mask, show your vaccination card. But once you got inside, nobody gave a shit.
I'm not sure about that. Like Germany is really strict, and it can happen that police show up.
Okay.
And the worst part is I have a lot of friends, like real close friend, I really want them to see my show. They're not vaccinated, and they can normally not be on the show. So that sucks. But that's why I'm going live. Like you guys can watch it from your home in America, in Japan, wherever you want to watch it. And even the people who are not vaccinated can watch it from home.
What platform will it be available?
It will be on Fight TV.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I click on the website, but I don't know how to read German.
It will be soon. Like this is a little struggle I have. Like it drives me crazy. I don't know. One of you is a graphic designer, right? It drives me crazy how many different files there are, and Fight TV wants a different file, and I don't understand what they need, so I need to ask different people to help me out. So it's a struggle a little bit, but we're getting there. Today we sent the right file, and it will be fine.
Look, the job of the promoter. It's not easy, but you're getting it.
Yeah. And you know what I learned? Like I don't know how you say in English. You have to use the people, not take advantage of them. For example, if I have a graphic designer, don't give him all the jobs. Like giving a specific job and be freaking grateful if you can pay them for now. Like at the beginning, of course, it's difficult, and with the pandemic, everyone kind of lost money. So I have like a lot of people with different skills, and I use them. We all work together, and they're really grateful, and I'm grateful for them. So we creating something amazing. So it's not only me, thank God, so that's really important, to use the people, but not abuse them. When you, like, I see it many times when I'm at a show, like somewhere, and I see the staff really, really tired and exhausted, and they're near crying because they need to do everything. And I try not to be that kind of person. Like, I have no idea how I will react if everybody wants something from me, or like, I am a person, if something does not work how I personally want it, I can get really mean. So I will see, like, for example, what if some of my matches are not coming, I worked so hard on the videos and on my ideas and everything, if they're not coming, I think I will be really frustrated. So let's see how this works.
No, absolutely. And look, it's completely understandable. This isn't like you're showing up to wrestle for somebody else. This is your promotion. This is your baby.
Absolutely.
This is your vision. So you
Yeah.
see it a certain way. And it's a very stressful situation. So I completely understand.
I'm already good to go. You know, like for me, we can start tomorrow. there's a fun story. Like I want my ring golden, you know, like the canvas and the ropes. I want everything golden because that's why I have the thrones, because my thing is you know, like royal, this theme. Like I want every show have a different theme, you know, like this time it's royal, next time it will be maybe a Japanese theme or maybe a Halloween theme, you know, whatever comes, right? So I went to my friend. She is like she's sewing things. I don't know how you say it in English. And I say, here, 20-meter full of fabrics. Can you do it? And she's like, are you crazy? I have no time for that. Like, you have to do it yourself. So she showed me how to use the machine, right? And today I finished the job. It's not perfect, but we got it done.
That's awesome.
As long as the job gets done. So this big
Right.
show, February 20th, from Ballingen. I'm not even saying this right. I know.
Ballingen.
I can't speak English, and now I'm going to try and pronounce a country in Germany. Town. Ballingen?
Ballingen.
Ballingen. There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
See, this is why I'm here.
Stadthalle Ballingen. But you don't have to be there. You have to watch it on Fight TV. That would be amazing.
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to.
We start like Sunday. Like you can watch it from your bed. We start like Sunday. I think your time it's like 11 or something. Like we start at 5 p.m. So 6 hours back, right?
Yes. Well, we were talking last week. Would you be doing this interview from your bed like the last time we talked to you?
Well, I would, but this time I choose like I don't know. No, the camera is not low enough, but I don't have pants on.
A woman after my own heart. No pants. It's great.
It's late already. Come on.
Hey, yeah, it is very late. But look, I like the visual. We got the throne. We got the alien eyes going on.
Yeah.
Tony was here for that conversation.
You what?
Wow. Did you see what he did to me?
I saw. Come on, be nice.
That was to Tony. That wasn't you, Jazzy. I would never do that. So let's talk about some of the people that are going to be wrestling for you. We have Tristan Archer, Stephanie Mays, John Killinger, which if you're familiar with him, he's been on Impact a couple times. Chris Collin. I'm hoping I'm saying all these names right.
Do you know any of these guys?
I'm familiar with a couple of them, yes.
Yeah, Tristan Archer, he was at the Cruiserweight Classics for WWE. John Klinger, he's like a huge fan of the Macho Man, so he kind of impersonated it, you know, like instead of madness, he's like badness and his voice and everything. So I'm really curious, like everybody really loves him in Europe, so he's a really tough competitor, whatever. Stephanie Mays, she's the next big hope in Germany. She's really hardworking. I have Miss Monica from Italy, so I could arrange to bring some people from different countries in it, but it was not that easy because of the corona pandemic and stuff. But yeah, we have some European talents you really have to look out for. Like, for example, the tag team, we call it Schadenfreude. It means something like, English is so difficult. It means something like you're happy if someone has misfortune, you know, then that you're happy. And they're called like this, and they're really funny. They look cool and they're funny. And all of my boys, I try to go more, you know, like old school and heavyweight. So they're about, but yeah, again, it's German pounds, right? Like it's kilo. They're really heavy, right? I have one person who's cruiserweight, but the other are really heavy. And I'm really looking for my main event. It's Joe Legend. He was also in WWE. And Chris Cohen, he's from Austria, and he's really, really good. Like all of my talents are really good, but I feel they should have a bigger stage. And I wish for them, you know, that they get worldwide known because they really deserve it. They work hard, and I believe in them, and that's why they're on my show.
Well, we're excited to check it out, and if you're looking to check it out, February 20th, follow Sirius on social media at Sirius Germany on Twitter, at Sirius Wrestling on Instagram. All the updates are up there. There's some great video packages, kind of introducing some of the talent on their Instagram page, so definitely check that out. And of course, we want to follow Jazzy at Jazzy_Gabert on Twitter and Jazzy Gabert on Instagram. You know her from Impact, NXT, this show, MMA. She's literally a Renaissance woman. She does it all.
And you know what? In a few months, my first movie comes out. I filmed a professional movie last year, and I can't wait. I have a different, style, and I switch really in a role. And first, I was like, "Can I do it? Like, it's just so weird," but it was amazing. It was professional, and yeah, I can't wait till it's finally in the world.
What?
Okay,
what
I gotta ask you. Wait, I gotta ask you, and I can't remember the gentleman's name. You still in touch with the musician guy that you were on tour with? Is that still? Like,
Of course, yeah.
What is his name? I can't remember it.
Udo Lindenberg.
Ah, yes.
Yes. They called me, and I will be on tour with him again this year.
Awesome.
Like, cross fingers, it's going to happen. Yeah, like, I don't know if you remember, but the thing was that it was Trump versus Putin. So it was America against Russia. But now Trump is not the president anymore. And I was like, oh, I will not have a job anymore. But they called me and they say, you're getting a different song, but we want wrestling on the show. So yay.
That is awesome. Good for you. That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, it's slowly getting back up. So it was 2 really difficult years, especially after I left NXT UK. I was like, did I do a mistake or not? But now everything's cool and it goes back up.
So awesome.
Yes, everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely. And you should never sell your heart. Your soul and your heart is most important. Happiness is most important. And if you're not happy, this is not your job, and you should leave.
I don't want to be a bummer here, but if you're looking to get married in less than a month to somebody, it sounds like you're selling your heart, Jazzy.
Come on, it's the last opportunity. There's no 3. It's the last opportunity to have like a cool number on the marriage.
You want 2.
Anyone, come on.
It's an open call.
Hey, look, I'm a taken man.
I know.
But if he wasn't,
if I wasn't,
if he wasn't,
100%.
Thank you.
There was look. I do a podcast Wednesday nights, and we were talking about our guest this week. And Anthony, who has been a fan for many years, he said, "Oh, you got to listen because Matt is smitten with Jazzy," and it goes all the way back because you were the first interview I ever did where the people where you wanted to cam up and look at me, and it was weird, but it was good. It was great. And then I was supposed to get chopped at CZW. Thankfully, I didn't.
That was a funny time, yeah. The hole in the wall and everything, yeah.
Matt's used to going to places with holes in the wall.
Shh, that's another podcast.
I got my own bell, dickhead. Jazzy, last time we talked to you, did we have the neck tattoo? Because that looks like it hurt like a son bitch.
It did hurt. Like I wanted to have something here and everywhere freak. Like I have a ear tattoo and it didn't hurt at all. So I was like, easy. So I had like crazy ideas, but oof, just hurts like hell. And I hate people who use the numbing cream. Like there's something, first of all, it doesn't really work. It still hurts, right? But I hate it. Like you have to earn your tattoo. And
exactly.
Yeah, so I earned it.
Oh, you did? That looks like a painful tattoo.
But you know which was the most painful? I can't show you. It's like kind of private. But
because you have no pants on, we know.
No more up. Like right
between your. My wife has one on her sternum. I have one on my sternum too.
How was it?
It was okay. It's not giant. It was just. It's the only black and white tattoo I have on me.
It was the first time I need to hold someone's hand. Like that was crazy. And his hand was nearly broken. He was like, "Can you please let go now?" So after 3 hours, we're already done. Like, "Can you please go?"
The worst is when they start and then they do a bunch of stuff and then you're like, "Oh, finally." And then he's like, "No, well, I got to go back to where I started now." And I'm like, "You son of a bitch."
No, I hate when they wipe it. That's the worst.
I don't like when they go back cuz once they start and they do it and then I get like big tattoos. I know you have a lot of big tattoos, and then they have to go back, like they're just doing the outline or the coloring, and then they wipe it, and then you look.
But
And
did you heard what happened in Europe with the tattoos and everything?
No.
They banned the color tattoos. They banned colored. You know the color from the tattoos. They said from January 1st you cannot use blue and red and green and yellow. So only black.
Why?
And everyone went like crazy. So yeah, most people don't know what to do now. But it's only in Europe. So for example, if you go like for the EU, if you go to Switzerland, which is next to Germany and only 1 hour from my hometown, you can have a full color tattoo, like it makes no sense. Or if I fly to America, I can have a color tattoo again, but not in Germany or France or Spain and all the EU.
Was there a reason why they did that?
Because I said it's poison.
Okay, so black ink is not poison, but all the
well, there's
colors-
some, like there's some stuff in it that is apparently poison. I mean, look at me. I mean, I don't know if I'm healthy, but I took it like 20 years. I'm tattooing now, and I guess I'm fine. So who knows?
No, you're good. There's no poison in it.
Yeah,
if there
I
is,
don't
Tony
think
will
so.
suck out all the poison in Europe.
I like sucking all the poison out.
Yeah,
Jazzy-
but now I have to come back to America. But I have to come back anyway. But most of all, because I want a colorful tattoo on my back.
All right. Of what?
Ooh, I have already idea, but the money is tight. But I want the whole alien universe. I want an alien on my back and the universe, and I want like the pyramids and well, that's another story. But I will tell you, maybe we switch it a little bit up. It's not just a wrestling podcast, guy. You ever heard about Anunnaki?
I'm sorry. What?
Anunnaki?
I'm gonna
Never heard
Google it.
about it. It's a
What is it?
story. So there's like two stories how human came here, right? Like there's the Big Bang, which
Right.
is also my show called The Big Bang, and there's the theory of God created Adam and Eve, right?
Uh-huh.
But there's also another story, the third one, which is not as popular, but I believe in it, that the aliens came here, they created everything, and, they built the pyramids, for example, and then one day they decided they need some slaves, and they created mankind, and that's how humans came to Earth, and then one day the alien thought, we don't need this world anymore, and then they left, and we're still here. It could be.
Fast. I'm looking. I found it on Wikipedia. I'm looking at it right now.
And you're like,
Wikipedia.
what is she talking about? Is she
I know.
crazy? Yes, I am.
Do you believe in aliens?
I do.
Have you ever?
I do believe in aliens. I never saw one. I want to see one, but I believe in because we would be really ignorant if you think that we are alone in this universe. The galaxy is so huge,
No, I agree. It's like the ocean. Like,
And yeah,
you watch all those documentaries. It's like there's like animals that are in the ocean that you've never seen before because they're like thousands of miles out, and then miles deep. Who's going down out there? What are you out of your
they
mind?
say that we are more advanced and like looking at the stars and the universe instead of going down to the bottom of the sea. They say we know more about the universe than we know about the ocean.
Yeah, because there's monsters that live at the bottom of the ocean.
Exactly.
I don't like
Well,
monsters.
aliens are up there, so
Yeah,
which
but
is more scary?
the monsters in the ocean, because you can't like the aliens. You could see them coming if they arrive. Those monsters, if you're in the water, you're done. You're done.
Yeah,
You
I would
fall
rather
off
take.
You fall off a cruise ship or a boat in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's finding you. The monsters are gonna find you, but no other human's gonna find you.
I'd rather
Fuck that.
I'd rather take an anal probe from an alien than encounter a sea monster in the middle of nowhere. I ain't coming back from that.
No way, no way. Something with a bunch of tentacles and like 5 rows of fangs. No, thank you. Not
And
for
it's
me.
like transparent and it eats its own legs and it still survives. Something weird that doesn't make any sense.
Like a lobster with like a mushy head or something like that, like with claws and like fangs.
This goes way out of hand. Like, come on, guys.
So we roll. We're way out of hand. Let me ask you, Jazzy. On February 20th, I know you're wearing the promoter hat. Are you wrestling as well?
Unfortunately not. I'm injured. I injured my shoulder and it sucks big time.
Well, that's what happens when the queen has to carry around everybody.
I know. And you know how it happened? Like 1 year we cannot train. We're not allowed to because it's like one-on-one contact and corona and pandemic stupid. And then finally we're open again. Jazzy runs to the ring. She jumps down, wanted to fly on a boy, and bang, my shoulders out. Ooh. Ripped.
Uh-oh.
And then 10 months I was walking around with that one and I was thinking it will be all right. But no, and then I go to doctor 10 months later with big pain, and he said, you need surgery ASAP. And then I went.
And 10 months. Ugh.
Yeah, right? I'm crazy.
Yeah.
but the pain was okay. I had worse pain before, so the pain was okay.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just that annoying pain that it always winds up being the more serious injury.
Yeah. I mean, actually, this happened with the neck back in the days. I always thought it's like a pinched nerve, right? And I was like, always like, ugh. And I asked like people if they can, like crack me. Like, I don't know how you say, like, like do the crack thing.
Yeah, crack your back. Yeah.
And then, they found out it's a herniated disc, 3 of them. And I'm like, yeah, crazy.
That's rough. And it's like, here, crack my back. And the next thing you know, your spine is like in a different direction.
Yeah.
I'm going through your Twitter, just kind of catching up and seeing what's going on here.
You have to go on Instagram. Twitter is lame for me. Like I don't use Twitter so often because you know what? I find it kind of weird. If, for example, I write you, I love you, Matt, right? And then 10 other people write, I love you too, Jazzy. Like, no, but I only love Matt. Like, why would you, come into my conversation with this person?
Yeah. Don't get it twisted, people. She loves me.
Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Well, you have it on your Instagram and you have it on your Twitter. It looks like you're getting a little press in the newspapers over there in Germany.
Yes. I don't know how I do it, but it's wild. Like I love promoting, and I said the other day to a friend of mine, like he runs a promotion since 6 years, and I went on his Instagram and I saw his followers. And then I was like, that's not a lot. And I went on my social media, like on my Instagram from Sirius. I mean, we didn't even promote, but I already have more followers than him. And I was like, how is this even happening? And he's like, yeah, you're a promoting machine. I love promoting. I love marketing. I love, I don't know, social media, like working with this. And the newspapers, they come all the time here, ask me for interviews. And I had a recent one and I didn't say a lot of smart things. So whatever. So I love that. Like, even if it's bad, it's good publicity,
Any press is good press.
Absolutely. And I have a little dog now since last time we spoke. I have a little tiny dog.
Just going to ask you.
So was I. Do your dog also has pink hair?
Yes.
What's your dog's name?
Lucy.
Lucy.
Yeah, it's from the movie Lucy. Did you ever saw it? The one that Lucy is the first name from the world. Like, like the first ape was called Lucy. You have to watch it. The movie. It's really cool.
It's called Lucy?
Yeah.
Lucy.
It's the best movie ever.
And it's about the first ape?
It's about a woman who by mistake took too much drugs, and because of the drug, like, do you know that people use only 4% of the brain activity? And with this drugs, she's able to use them all, like 100%. And so they show from whatever 4 to 20 to 30, what happens to her. And it's really interesting. I mean, it's science fiction, but it's still interesting. And maybe it is like this.
Sorry, I know you can't see because you got your alien eyes, and I got cat butt in my face right now. Come on.
Yeah, I saw something. I was like, is this the dog? Is it the cat?
That's the cat. It's a Scarlett Johansson movie
Yes.
called Lucy. Yes. Came out in 2014. It's an action sci-fi.
Yeah, but still watch it. It's old but gold.
All right. Old but gold. I like that. I'm going to start using that. I am old but gold.
No, not you. The movie.
What do you mean not me? Come on, man.
No, Matt's just old.
I'm gold.
Maybe bronze.
You know who's really old? Like there's one person I kind of want to be, and I just say it, whatever. I want to be with Jim Carrey. Like he is my secret crush. Not anymore because it's not secret
Really?
anymore. And he turned 60. I didn't know. I thought
he's
he's
old, yeah.
like
No, he's been
I
around
thought he's like
forever.
28, like me.
What? Jim Carrey's been
I'm
around
not 28.
forever. He ain't 28. Is it
No,
because
I'm
he's
not.
funny?
Let me tell you something.
So yeah, please tag him so he sees me, and then maybe he asks me for dinner, and maybe we can get married on February 22.
Oh gosh.
You're really rushing into this February 22nd thing. Going all in on this thing. So fight.
But yeah, my dog called Lucy, and it's a teddy Yorkshire. And you know what? The other day I had a security job, but the guy, they called me like last minute. So I asked him if I can bring my dog with me, and they're like, sure, but I didn't know what to expect. So I'm in my whole security outfit, right? But I have like a cap on, so not too much pink hair, so I don't look cute at all. I look like tough and bad, you know? And then from the leash from the dog, it was like far, like Lucy was like over there, and I walk like this, and then my little tiny dog follows, and they were like all looking at it like, you're kidding, right? So they expected like a way bigger dog.
Nothing wrong with a cute little dog. Come on now.
Yeah, I can take her on flights and to wrestling shows and always have her with me, so it's perfect size.
Awesome.
Well, that is adorable. So Fight TV, February 20th, Sirius Entertainment.
Serious sports entertainment.
Come on, dude. Really?
Come on, really, Matt? Come on,
Yeah,
you can
Matt.
do better than that.
Yeah.
Come on, say it one more time.
Sirius Sports Entertainment at Sirius Germany on Twitter, at Sirius Wrestling on Instagram. Follow for all the updates. I like the artwork. I like all the little cartoon characters.
It's different, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
different. And
I want
look,
to
we
see.
got to get these followers up. People, go over there. You're following Sirius. You're following Jazzy. Let's go support this wonderful Renaissance woman, and let's help make this show super successful. I'm excited for this. Is the commentary going to be in German or English?
It's in English. Oh my God, I didn't announce it. Do you want me to exclusively announce it on your show who the commentary will be?
Oh,
Hell yeah,
this is
we
gonna be
do. What do
awesome.
you? Absolutely. Look at it. We get a.
You do. I mean, I don't know if they're all right with it, but I will do it. I will do it.
You're the
It
booker.
will be Al Snow and Katharina Waters.
Whoa!
What?
That's
They will
awesome.
be the commentary
That's
for Fight
huge.
TV.
That is huge.
That is amazing.
That's
Al
huge,
Snow and
right?
Katarina Water. That is fantastic.
Dude, I'm going big time. This show, it's going to be crazy awesome. It's not just wrestling, it's sports entertainment.
What made you decide to go with sports entertainment versus wrestling?
Because in Germany, wrestling has a bad reputation. They always say fake, 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 and they don't give it a chance. For example, when I asked the venue is like culture, you know, like there is no sport. Like it's unique that I can go there. So when I said, like, my email is German wrestling, you know, so you can see it. But I wrote them and I said, hey, I have a sports show I want to produce there. And they said, oh, no, we don't want wrestling here. And I'm like, please hear me out. And then I sold it as a musical, so it's a wrestling show, but it's also a musical. And when I talk to the newspapers, they don't want to use the word wrestling, and they make it bad, or sound bad. And they always ask, it's fake, right? But if I open the door and say, hey, it's sports entertainment, then everything is clear, and it seems like you mock the fans or something. No, we're open with it. Wrestling is determined, we have a great entertaining show. So come on, guys, give it a chance. That's why I used it.
Oh, fantastic.
And you want to know why I used the word serious? Do you know Sirius is the brightest star in the universe?
The eye in the sky.
And who's calling their fans the universe? It makes all sense.
Oh, you said that you sold out already. I mean, it's not.
I sold out. Yeah, I'm sorry, no tickets left. I mean, I wanted to sell 880, but now it's only 440. But yet, it's a great number, right?
It's a great number. We have to make up the difference on our end on Fight TV. Is it going to be like German shekels, or do I have to pay American dollars for this?
German
maybe shekels.
What is the monetary unit in German? Do they have some kind of
euro?
It's euro, you dumbass. She just said she can't get a tattoo with color in it because she's part of the EU, and you're like, oh, what shekels?
I'm not a well-traveled individual. My apologies.
Whenever you feel lonely, you come to Germany, okay?
There you go. The throne is to her left, dude, or to her left.
To her left.
Come on.
Now, so serious sports entertainment. This is big thing for you. And it's super late. It's like 1:00 in the morning over there in Germany.
And you don't have pants on.
And there's no pants. For the fans
How do you know?
You said it.
Bird told me.
For the fans listening, and that are going to listen to the podcast, because it is available, downloadable. I sound like an asshole. What about Sirius is going to draw them in? What's going to be something they need to tune in for?
Yeah, again, it's a different show. It's going to be sports entertainment. It's going to have live music, heavy metal music. It's going to have live dancers, sexy dancers, great European talents. And I mean, if you're not, happy with the card or whatever, just do it for me, please. Like, if you like me just a tiny bit and you want me to succeed, please tune in and give me a chance. Like, this is all I'm asking. This is my first show. This is my new chapter in life, and I need all of your love and your money. So it would be great if you tune in, and I will, try to become better and better and book more. Like, not more, because this talent I have already, they're great. Like, believe me, even if you don't heard about them, maybe that's also like something special, because you always see the same talents. This time you see someone different, and maybe they can really surprise you. And I'm sure they will. So please give me a chance. Give Sirius Sports Entertainment a chance, and give yourself a chance to enjoy something great.
I'm excited for it. I'll mark it on my calendar. I'll order it on Fight TV. Maybe I'll even live tweet. What day of the week is the 20th?
Oh yeah, it's a Sunday, 11 a.m. or something.
Sunday in Germany or Sunday in America?
No, it's a Sunday here, but it's going to be like 11 a.m. for us. So
all right, that's great.
Ooh, a little afternoon tweeting, maybe a little afternoon streaming.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, awesome. If I'm not working, I will live tweet, and if I am working,
I will call your boss. You don't have to work. The German lady said so.
Yeah.
Well, if I don't watch it live, I'll still tweet it when I watch it, because we got to keep the ball rolling.
Absolutely, yeah.
What kind of hashtags are we using for this thing?
That's a good question, but I think I'm going with Sirius DE for German, because otherwise it would be too long, right?
What's DE?
Sirius Germany, like DE, German. DE,
Yeah.
like Deutschland.
Yeah. Oh, holy cow, dude.
Sorry,
Really?
Man, come on. He's just pretending, right?
No.
Did you make like you're the one who's always late and he's like the one who's always dumb? Like going on here?
I mean, if you listen every week, you would know that I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
Which
we're
is
just
horrifying.
David.
I am the brains behind the project, so
Yep.
horrifying.
I cannot see the disappointment in your face. I'm sorry. These eyes are not made for that.
How long does it take for you to take them out and put them in?
A second.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. But I need to get used to them. Like my original plan is to get them actually tattooed. I want to have these kind of eyes. But right now it's not possible because it's a pandemic and I need to go to a different country to do it. But it's my dream. I want to do it. I want to tattoo them for real.
Your dream is to have your eyes tattooed black?
Oh yeah. I mean, it looks so cool and I want it forever.
I mean, you're having problems seeing now. I don't know, man. You're going to let someone put a fucking tattoo needle in your eyeball. That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, more power to you. I would never. I can't even. Thank God I don't need contacts. I could never stick my finger in my eye.
Not
Ever.
too bad.
Yeah, because he's always got it up his ass.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know, I had a piercing right here, but it always fell out. And now I have another idea, but I have to wait also like 2 more months because I just recently had this piercing, but it came out again. But now I want to have a magnet into it, like into the skin. I'm going to implant a magnet so I can have like the piercing just stick on, you know?
And you could also put your shopping list on your forehead.
Yeah. Or like a fork or something.
Or if you're sitting at your desk and the paper clips just start flying at your face.
Great.
You are literally going to turn yourself into an alien.
Mm-hmm. I want to have the ears too, but I already checked how much it is. It's crazy.
No, don't do. You're talking about those big hoops like inside.
Oh, no, I hate them. No, like the elf ears.
Like Spock.
Yeah,
no, like
elf
a
ears.
pixie or something like that. Come on, really?
Come on, yeah. I want to turn into a character.
I mean,
Jazzy,
you're definitely a character. It's interesting.
There's so many new things. Now we announced Al Snow and Katarina Waters. We announced that I want to go all this crazy, and that
And we also
you
announced
are.
that you did all the tailoring for the ring apron and the decorations.
Yeah,
and all that
right.
stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot of news here. So crazy. I hope a lot of people watch this and enjoy this. And yeah.
Well, we will definitely be
will,
watching it
Jazzy.
on the
I
20th.
think I think a lot of people will support this fantastic endeavor that you're going on. This brand new wrestling promotion, Serious Sports Entertainment, February 20th. Follow them on social media at Serious Germany on Twitter, at Serious Wrestling on Instagram. Al Snow, Katarina Waters doing color commentary, Jazzy running the show, and I mean, look.
And I will be on stage with an alien outfit. So
there you go.
If you've learned anything from this podcast, it's check out Serious Sports Entertainment. And Jazzy's literally going to shoot for the moon. It'll probably be unlike anything you've ever seen before in wrestling, and that's not a bad thing. As my friend DDP says, that's a good thing.
yeah.
Jazzy, before we let you go, I know it's super late over there. Is there anything else you want to leave with the fans, the people listening, for us? Anything you want to say before we let you go off to Never Neverland?
Yes. A big thank you. Like for real. I mean, and when I contacted you, you were like, of course, sure, we're doing this, and here I am. So I'm so thankful. And also like all the fans, supporting me through the pandemic, even nothing went really special on there. So really, I'm grateful, and I want to show you guys. And that's why I work so hard. I work so hard for all of us, so we can have more fun with the wrestling community, because we're a big freaking family. We're some bad arms and stuff like we don't like, but come on, we're still sitting at the same table in the same room, and we just have the love for the same freaking thing, and we should make the best out of it. And I'm so grateful that you guys are here, and thank you so much for watching, and you guys for interviewing me.
Well, Jazzy, we're grateful for your friendship. Of course, anytime you want to come back on, just reach out. We're not going to say no to you. We will make time for you. You've been
100%.
with us since day one, so you have.
And soon I fly to America, and then you get this chop.
Please.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I'll take. You know what? I'll take one too. We're both in.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes.
Come on.
Deal.
Come on.
Come on.
What? All right. Look, as long as I'm not the only one getting the shit beat out of me.
All right. I'm gonna go first though, just in case she's a little off, and then she can correct it when she gets to you.
All right. Deal.
Deal.
Deal. Follow Jazzy on Twitter at Jazzy_Gabert, Jazzy Gabert on Instagram, and then Sirius Sports Entertainment, February 20th. Follow them on social media at Sirius Germany on Twitter, at Sirius Wrestling on Instagram, Fight TV, Al Snow, Katarina Waters, Jazzy running the show. There's a couple names you're familiar with. There's some surprises. There's going to be sex. It's like Lucha Vavoom in Germany.
Yes.
And I'm excited to check it out, Jazzy. Please
Can't wait.
get some rest. Anytime you want to come back on after the show, you want to promote your next
100%.
show. I hope this is super successful and we have another show to promote in a couple months and you can join us again with your alien eyes and your pointy ears and whatever other whatever. I don't know. You're sitting on a UFO next time. I don't know what you're doing over there, but I'm in.
All right. See you next time.
Thank you,
good,
Jazzy.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Be well.
Bye.
All right.
She's
Jazzy
always
Gabert.
such a delight. Oh my goodness.
She's fantastic. I can't believe it's like 1:30 in the morning over there and she's crushing it with us. So
And she's talking to us.
yeah, man. I'm gonna help her get out of here because she said she can't see. What? You missed it. You weren't here before, Tony. She was like, I'm sorry if I have these alien eyes in and she said, I have these alien eyes in. I can't see if you guys hold something up or something. And I was like, no, we're not going to hold anything up. And we had like a whole pre-show conversation with her. I was like, all right, we're going to start the show because Tony's not here. Thank God you showed up because Kevin's not here now.
Yeah. It's funny.
How are
things
you?
Work out, huh? I'm running ragged, of course, as usual on a Monday night, which is why I was late. But all things considered, I'm right now, this moment, I'm doing fantastic.
This moment, right now, you're
an hour ago. If you would have asked me how I was doing, maybe a different story. I'm not talking about anything. I'm just saying maybe it would have been a little different.
You said,
but now we're a-okay, easy peasy. Look, Kevin's not here. I don't know if Kevin's coming back. I know. Let's just jump right into it. You had quite a weekend, did you not? Or quite a Sunday, anyway.
I had a great time yesterday. First, I want to give a shout out to a couple of folks.
Go for it. Rail them all off.
I want to shout out to Milwaukee Tom for setting it up. He wanted to get
fucking not McFoley.
He set up this. He was coming out for GCW. He touched base with William Mercier. Things kind of, he had a couple friends who were supposed to come with him. They kind of fell through, but then he ended up picking up David Henry Bauer III and Rob from the Bullet Club. So
no shit, really?
Yeah, so they Tom kind of orchestrated everything, and then I was just like, just tell me where we need to be and I'll make sure that our crew gets there. So we had a very white girl afternoon yesterday, me, Kate, and Anthony. She took us to, we had reservations at some Mexican restaurant in the city for tapas.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it was delightful. And then Kate was quick to point out that, they were still serving brunch because, that's what you get at a tapas place. Brunch, I don't fucking know. But we didn't have.
Well, she's white girl, so she knows where all the mimosas are and all that shit.
Yeah, but the food was delicious. We had a couple afternoon cocktails. Then we decided on a bar to meet up that was close to Tom's hotel, close to the venue. So we walked over to there. Danny Rusinello and his friend Michael met us there, and then Milwaukee Tom and company showed up.
Oh shit! The AOP was in the house too, huh?
AOP was there. Finally got to meet William Mercier Jr., David Henry Bauer III. Fucking awesome! Great to meet them. Put a face to the name. They're both in the Discord, so that was awesome. I still will not get comfortable with people like putting over the podcast. Like the soundboard's awesome. You guys are awesome. I'm still
the soundboard's awesome. Hold on. I gotta pull it up. Okay, keep going.
So that was fun. We did some ball busting on the walk over to the Hammerstein for the GCW show. We got a nice group picture.
I saw.
And then we were in for the show.
How was the show?
All right.
Oh, here we go.
No. The show was not bad.
Okay, but it was better because you were with your crew. No?
Yes.
But I mean, come on. You know when you go to a show, everybody's there to have a good time.
Yeah,
So
look,
you've already got that feeling like we're going to enjoy ourselves, you know.
Look, the vibe there was awesome. It was GCW live pay-per-view, Hammerstein Ballroom. The place was fucking sold out. It's like I can relate this to you because you were there. It's ECW in 2022.
Okay.
That's what it is. I unfortunately am not Matt ECW when I was 20 years old. I'm 40 now.
Well, it's probably better. Probably better off.
Yeah. But like the vibe was awesome. They have a diehard fan base there, GCW faithful. And it was like an ECW pay-per-view. I understand. It was their first pay-per-view. They want to make sure everyone who's been there putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears gets a moment and they're on the show. And it was I'll tell you where it soured for me.
Okay.
The card was stacked and there was a lot of great stories going into it. And bless GCW, they did a great job with using social media, telling the stories. Janela, Cardona, Ruby Soho, Alley Catch, Effie, Jeff Jarrett. It fucking went off the rails during the Matt Cardona Joey Janela match.
Okay, how far into the show was that?
It was probably, so we got the Battle Royal to start the pre-show, which was a Battle Royal. It was a lot of fun, but we got like Lufisto, Thunder Rosa was in it.
Okay.
It was fun. Brandon Kirk was in it. Kyle the Beast, a lot of past guests of the Shining Wizards Wrestling podcast. And then there was the Scramble match, and they kind of changed things up. And I was not on my phone going to the venue, so I did not know that Gresham had COVID or was in COVID protocol, and that they took Leo Rush out of the match. And I completely forgot that it was supposed to be Eddie Kingston against AJ Gray, but Eddie Kingston is hurt. So they put AJ Gray in the Scramble or in the ladder match to open the show. But the Scramble was good. There was a lot of like, holy shit moments. Like, why the fuck are they doing this? But in a good way. The show kicked off with the ladder match. They brought out AJ Gray, and he wasn't advertised to be in the show. But because I guess there was no Eddie Kingston match, he was there. And they did some crazy shit, and he fucking fell off of a ladder. I thought he was dead. And then from there, what was after that?
It's all right. Take your time, man. We got.
Oh, the six man was fucking bonkers, dude.
Really?
Out of control. Team Bandito against Team Gringo Loco was fucking nuts. And at one point, though, you heard on the house mic the guy, the announcer, tell the referee, tell them to go home because they were running long.
They said this over the PA?
I don't think they meant for it to be over the PA, but it caught. Gresham wasn't there, so you ended up with Christian Blake against Leo Rush, which was a fucking awesome match.
Oh, you mean newly free agented for the 17th time in the past 6 months, Leo Rush?
I can't even follow the free agent nonsense. And then it was there anything in between that? I'm trying to think.
Let me see if I could. Yeah, let me see if I could help pull up whatever it was. Maybe I can help you out a bit. Kurt Hawkins was there.
Yeah. So I'll get to
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help out. Alley Catch, Ruby Soho.
Yeah, that was later. That was later in the night.
Okay.
So after Gresham, after Blake and Leo Rush, it was Cardona and Janela.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay. The fucking story is fantastic. Cardona comes, his entrance music was the opening to Enter Sandman, and then with his own music. So people are like looking around Hammerstein Ballroom, and then you like hear it turn into like Always Ready type of rap like deal. So like instant heat. Dude was fucking hated. If Cardona wins, we riot sign was there. Like great shit. Great shit. in the match, there's a spot where Chelsea kicks Cardona in the balls.
Why?
And we're like, holy shit, this is awesome. And then she's like kind of playing up to Joey, like go up to the top rope, jump off. And then she hits the ropes and he crotches himself. And then Cardona reveals that he has a cup on. It's like, oh, okay, great. This is where it goes off the rail for me.
Okay.
Right? Way too much fucking inside baseball, major wrestling podcast bullshit. Swoggle's under the ring. Some big fat guy is there. No, I don't know who any of these people are. Maybe that's my own fault because I'm not a GCW guy. No idea. Swoggle's there. Some big fat guys there. Marco Stunt showed up and I lost my fucking mind.
Oh, please tell me you jumped the rail and fucking went after
the ring.
Fuck.
Marco Stunt, Swoggle. The Brian Myers thing was cool because it's like an ECW thing. He comes out like Rick Rude with the fucking helmet on.
Edge.
Well, throwback to Hammerstein, Rick Rude with Barely Legal.
It's a new year, Shane Douglas.
It's a throwback to One Night Stand 2.
Great, thanks for joining us. So,
sorry.
So then fucking X-Pac comes out to make Cardona wins.
I think I picked like, Cardona.
It was just like it was like an ECW pay-per-view. Like it was good, and then like all this extra shit, and I was like, like
was it like watching the Bad Crew?
And Kevin, ironically enough, our seats were where we stand for when we would go to Hammerstein.
Oh, nice.
Like they put as many seats as possible in the venue. So we were the last row. I didn't sit once all night. I stood for the whole show. So it was that, and then the Mance Warner thing. And Virgil, the fucking Mark Sterling comes out. Thanks, Mod Spock. Smart Mark comes out, and he's like, "You should have read the contract. You're not allowed to use the belt, Joey Janela. If you hit him with the belt, you're disqualified. But we could use the belt." And fucking Vince's music plays, and someone comes out with a fucking Vince McMahon mask on. They take the mask off, and it's fucking Virgil. But he just like stands there, and then they usher him back to Olive Garden or whatever.
All right.
Look, not. So we go from this where I'm like, I get it. I get that we're going to continue. Like now we're going to get X-Pac and Joey against Cardona and Myers. Right?
Wait, the same night?
No, like going forward.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're moving. It's just, it was just so much. It was like a fucking ECW match with like tons of interference and whatever. So from there, we go. Mance Warner's back. Yay. Everyone's happy.
Yay. Mance Warner. Yay.
Right. Awesome. Awesome to see old Manser. He comes out. He gets the microphone. He starts to cut a promo. Here comes this Adius Koger kid who was doing these promos on fuck GCW. I'm not on the pay-per-view. He comes out with his Ohio is the fucking Killers. Gregory Irons in it. Whatever.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
They jump Mance and the fucking lights go out.
Oh, boy.
And who shows up? Fucking Sabu.
You mean you weren't happy? This is like ECW.
No, I wasn't happy. I don't give a shit about Sabu. It's 2022. It was Sabu, Fonzie, and Matthew Justice.
Fonzie was there?
And then, like, they beat up some dude. They beat up some dude, and Fonzie counted 3. And I guess that was a match. I have no fucking idea.
Daddy, I call it right down the middle, Daddy.
It's pretty good, like, Fonzie.
I wish I had a fucking whistle.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Those two things back to back were just. It felt like an ECW show, and that's not a bad thing.
Do you think if they would have cut some of the fat here, they wouldn't have like been so rushed? Because I've been reading a lot, like the show kind of like at this point was just move it along.
Well, look, I mean, I don't know what the time. I know the main event ended early.
You think first time out just completely overbooked? Probably could have.
I don't know if it's over, but look, I've never run a wrestling show. I don't know what it's like to deal with paper. They did a great job. For me, it's not my cup of tea. I won't go to another GCW show.
Okay.
It's It's not. I want them to be successful. I want them to be the fucking number 3, the number 2 company in the world. I really wish them the best. They put on a good product. It's just not for me.
Gotcha. No, it's fair.
I don't watch GCW, right? So Alley Catch and Ruby Soho was great. They had a great match. Moxley and Homicide was great. Moxley looks amazing, by the way.
Okay.
He looks like a completely different fucking person.
Okay.
They finished with the Briscoes against the mystery tag team.
Okay, and
we had been talking all night, right? And I was like, the Tony Khan does not let Briscoes FTR happen anywhere but AEW.
Well, did he?
Yes.
Oh!
No, he didn't let it happen. Of course he didn't let it happen.
Oh, then why'd you say yes?
I was fucking with you.
You're a dick.
Because you just pulled up the Wikipedia. I'm sure you can see it.
I didn't pull up the Wikipedia. I was looking through our text messages to try to put it back together. So I have no idea who won these matches. I honestly don't.
We'll go through that too.
Oh
Picked up
boy.
right where I left off in 2021. I'll tell you that. It's Separate Ways by Journey plays.
Oh Christ, really?
And here comes Matt Tremont. I know not. Danny looked right at me. Danny Rossinelli, who's like, is Tremont engaged? And I was like, all right, whatever. I'm like,
to what?
I don't care.
Maybe to Jazzy if she plays her cards right.
Right? I was like, I don't care, but whatever. Because I don't know. Like, I don't know the history of GCW. Right? Matt Tremont comes out, he gets a good pop. I know a lot of people don't like Nick Gage. They don't get it. You have to be there live. Like,
oh no, he came out.
He was Tremont's tag team partner, bro. The place went. It was the fucking loudest I've ever heard the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Wait. So it was the Briscoes versus Tremont and Gage?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Because I guess Tremont and Gage at some point were a tag team.
What did you think of this?
What did I think of what?
The match, like this
match was the match was dog shit. And if you're looking at Wikipedia, it couldn't have gone more. No, if you pull it couldn't have gone more than 6 minutes, dude.
Now I got to look this up because you keep telling me to look up Wikipedia.
Well, I don't know how long it was, but it wasn't long. It wasn't, dude. The Nick Gage entrance is otherworldly, dude. I don't get it.
All right. Kevin, you have no idea because you weren't there. Matt probably has a better idea. Who wants to guess at times?
I mean, I have no reference point at all in this whatsoever.
That's okay. Just for shits and giggles.
If Matt says it was short, I'll go 9 minutes.
Matt, what do you think?
I think it was like 5 minutes.
5 minutes and 28 seconds.
All right.
And you have new GCW tag champs.
So,
holy shit.
Again.
Holy shit.
He might be the most over wrestler in all of wrestling business. Nick Gage. It was
wait. In all the wrestling business, come on, dude.
Right now, dude, I'm telling Tony. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. You have to see it you have to go to a show and be there.
I think in that bubble, in that atmosphere, in that GCW vacuum, he might seem like he's the most over wrestler in the world. But he goes to any other show. I mean, granted, he did have a stop in AEW, which was okay. But
yeah, but did he get that reaction in AEW? I don't think
when he's in GCW, the pop he gets is bigger than anyone in any other company. It's bigger than that fucking Arthur.
I don't doubt that.
Wait. Bigger than the Sandman in ECW?
Dude, yes.
I don't believe it.
Dude.
Is it? I think also because he had a little time off too. So it was like the biggest surprise that GCW faithful could possibly get is that Nick Gage hasn't been around. He's been healing himself up. And now all of a sudden he's back. And yes, I would expect nothing less than the biggest pop that you've probably ever heard in your life.
The place went in. Again, I don't get it. I'm not a GCW faithful. I watched his match against Suzuki. I thought it was dog shit. I just don't get it. But dude, he connects with those people. Those people went fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Nuts.
No,
It's not.
we-
At the end of the
we-
night, we walked out. Me and Anthony were in the same boat, and I heard people talking about it too when they left. Some people, maybe casual wrestling fans, not GCW they were not. They just didn't get it. They were like, it kind of felt like it missed the mark. But if you go on social media, like a lot of GCW faithful loved it, and I get it. Not my cup of tea. I won't go back to a GCW show. It's just not for me. If they tell a great story, I'll order it on Fight. I'm not like, fuck these guys, they're trash. It just wasn't for me. Oh, and Effie Jeff Jarrett was great too. That was real fun.
Yeah.
But it was,
all
I
good
mean, look,
stuff,
it was a great experience, and the place was buzzing.
but a lot
They
of shit. But a lot of shit changed on the card. No.
Yeah. Well, Eddie Kingston getting hurt, that scrapped the Eddie Kingston AJ Gray match. That put Gray in the ladder match. Gresham being out put Leo Rush against Christian Blake because they've wrestled before and they can deliver.
So a bunch of these matches that we picked were kind of tossed out the window.
Yes, they were tossed. I tossed them out. But yeah, like the Briscoes and Nick, like it happened. Like I didn't see it because everyone's standing up and we were in the back. I couldn't see the finish. It sounded like he only counted 2, but I guess it was just like we got to go home. And even Jay Briscoe tweeted afterwards like time restrictions suck on pay-per-views. Like they didn't get to go.
Yeah, well, you're handed arguably one of the best tag teams of the modern era, and then you give them 5 minutes with like Nick Gage and Matt Tremont just kind of tossed back together. Like I get it, I'd be frustrated too.
So
I don't know, man. I think it like the difference with like the ability to like stream on like IWTV or Fight or this and that, but like now like you're actually on like cable systems and stuff like that. So you gotta
make
it work.
sure. Yeah, I agree with Kevin 100%.
And so the fact that first of all, I'm not surprised at all. This is the first time they've ever done it. This is literally this is the biggest show they've ever done. They probably got a little too excited and decided that we want to just give everyone everything we possibly can. And for the first time, it just doesn't. And listen, they've had big shows. Don't get me wrong. Like they've had plenty of big shows that drew hundreds and thousands of people. But this is the first time that they've been like this, where now people are actually seriously starting to consider them as a 3. So it's awesome. And listen, WCW cut off a freaking main event at Halloween Havoc. Like they didn't even give it to us. It wasn't showed.
Yeah, and we all know what happened to WCW.
Oh, I don't think that's not fair.
Again, look, there were low points, but overall it was a great show. It was a great experience. It's not for me.
Yeah. I'm not pretending to be a GCW guy. I know nothing about GCW. I have been paying more attention lately, obviously, but I haven't watched the show. I don't know, like other than a couple of the matches. I don't know who won the Alley Cat Ruby match. I don't know the contents of Thunder Rosa's involvement in the show. I don't know the contents of a lot of the things on the show. But I again, just with Matt, like I didn't realize how deep John Carlo was involved in this freaking company.
Oh yeah, he's very involved.
Yeah, I mean, I knew he was there. I knew he worked for them. I knew he was high up. I didn't know the level that he was, and so good for them. Like Matt, I wish them all absolutely nothing but the best.
And they went all out ECW with the music. They didn't give a fuck.
You do it until you get told not to. That's all.
That's it, man. And you know what? You know what was really cool too? Effie's entrance. All these fucking GCW MDK people singing fucking Goodbye Yellow Brick Road was fucking fascinating. It was good though. It's just, it's not for me, man.
I get it. It's fair.
Not for me. Maybe I'll go back.
So what about it isn't for you? Is it the overbookedness of it? Is it the I think Matt, I think you should give them, and again, I'm no homer for them. I know nothing about them. Give them one more shot, because I think this show, they just pulled out all the stops that they thought would absolutely work, and no one would have any sort of, recourse on them. So if it's local, if you're free, I'd say give them one more chance, and then if it's the same, then tell them to part amicably.
You may not have. I don't know if you were here when I said it before. Like, I won't go to another show.
Right. You'll order it on Fight.
But if it's if they look, I'm rooting for them. I had ordered a bunch of the shows leading up to this, and I'd watched them on Fight.
That's right.
Just to kind of, just to kind of get myself acquainted to what some of the lesser known kids. But again, like I have zero, and they're all great, but I have zero interest in fucking X-Pac and Janela against Myers and Cardona. I have zero interest in Tremont and Nick Gage as a tag team.
Yeah. All right.
It doesn't do anything for me. I get how it appeals to the GCW faithful, like, open challenge. You're like FTR, maybe even like the OGK or someone from Impact, maybe someone from Japan. They bring in all these people all the time. Like, I don't know. It didn't do it for me.
And part of that, I feel like so they got what they wanted. They sold out the show. Like that's
it.
Absolutely. So at that point, you are appeasing the people that are there, I think, more so than trying to get pay-per-view buys. It's an open challenge. At that point, it doesn't matter who it is. People are already either ordered it or they're not. So they're not, I guess, superly concerned about that. They want to make sure the product that they're presenting, though, and a lot of that is the crowd reaction, is going to be the best that they could do. So presenting those two guys in that situation, granted, again, not the biggest fan, but I totally get why they did that as opposed to bringing in an OGK or an FTR. Even though FTR probably would have got a huge freaking reaction too.
Yeah, but they're catering to their fan base, the GCW fan base. It's very ECW like,
Yeah.
Like if you were not an ECW fan and you went and it was like the Dudley Boys Open Challenge and the Eliminator showed up after being gone for like 4 years, but in the meantime, the Dudley Boys are having like an online feud with like, I don't know, fucking Chronic or someone from WC. I don't fucking know. I'm trying to think back to like ECW, someone who would excite you. And like, I could see how like, for me, like Tremont and Gage went right over my head. No fucking idea.
So let me ask you this. Is it just because of the unfamiliar, God, you know what I mean? Or is it because you were a diehard ECW guy. So to me, I felt like I felt like this would be like right in your wheelhouse. Is it just the unfamiliar? I can't say the word.
No, I think I don't know. Something about it just was like, I don't know, man. It didn't. I think someone in our group was like, they're doing a nostalgia show, even though they're not nostalgic.
That's a great point. What was the consensus amongst the crew that you went with?
Danny loved it because he's a GCW guy. Like, so when Separate Ways played, he was like, oh, it's going to be Tremont and Gage. Like, he said it to me. Anthony was the one who said it was like a nostalgia show for their own nostalgia. Me and Anthony were in the same boat. We talked about it on the walk to the car. We won't go back to a GCW show, but it was fun. It was historic. It was good. Kate was a little under the weather. So I didn't get a consensus from Tom and company when we left, but eventually we had everyone's kind of on the same page in the Discord about it. People loved it. They had a good time. Some things missed the mark, but overall it was a good time had by all.
What was, and this is my own selfish question based on the Cardona Myers stuff, and I asked Kate about this earlier. What was the actual live pop like when Myers took his helmet off?
I mean, I'm pretty sure people knew who it was.
Went over like a fart in church.
I didn't see it coming at all. I didn't know about it. I didn't. So I was just wondering, Matt. I was just wondering if it was.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, look, I knew who. I was already punched out of the match with fucking Swoggle and the big fat guy and Marco Stunt. I went to the bathroom and I missed X-Pac. I'm like, I'm done with this.
Oh, wow. All right.
Myers came out. He took off his helmet. They fucking Lobo Janela. They pinned him. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. I don't care. I just didn't care.
No, it's okay. It's just this is the exact opposite. I mean, again, I didn't see the show, so I guess if it was a better show to you, that you probably would be. I'm just totally floored by this. I know we talked about it last night a little bit in the text thread about how you said you weren't super thrilled with it, but I thought you'd be over the moon. I know you love your Ring of Honor, So maybe it's just I thought you'd be thrilled with this show for some reason.
Look, the 6-man. I said I screamed. I was into 6-man a lot. They did a lot of crazy shit. The ladder match was the same way. Blake and I'm telling you, the fucking wheels fell off during this match, and then they followed it right up with the Mance Warner shit. And I had been following like this Adius Koger character on Twitter, so I thought like he was gonna like try and burn the fucking Hammerstein Ballroom to the ground. Not this, I'm sure. And again, I also have to take into consideration that they're probably going to run another pay-per-view, so they have to book storylines without TV. So it just wasn't for me, man.
Dallas. I think is their next
It's
big
not
event.
my cup of tea. Do we want to get into this?
Yeah, kind
You're
of.
talking about I went 2
So
and
we
4.
did picks for this GCW pay-per-view, and Tony was very much against it. And me and Kevin said, "Oh, we should definitely do this."
So we started the year not with the Royal Rumble as we usually do, but with GCW the World.
Mm-hmm.
With GCW the World.
What did we disqualify first of all? What was off the table?
The we got rid of the scramble.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we got rid of the ladder match.
Okay.
And we had to have gotten rid of Gresham and
and Gresham. Yes, I'm sorry, and Gresham.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we only had 6 matches to pick from. So we picked the 6-man, Team Bandito against Team Gringo, Cardona Janela, Ruby Soho, Alley Catch, Jeff Jarrett, Effie, Mox Homicide, Briscoe's Open Challenge.
oof.
I picked up right where I left off in 2021.
Of course you did.
I went 0 for 6.
Yeah, I thought that was a typo when I saw that scrolling across the screen.
Nope. I lost every single match.
What, Matt, why do you think that is?
Because I was like, I thought they were bringing all the star power in to sell the pay-per-view, and they would put over their own talent. I also knew that there was some backstage stuff with Moxley. I had read a couple things that maybe he wasn't really happy with.
Dude, Moxley
stuff.
just came back. He's back on TV again. Nope. Cardona, big star. Nope. You thought Jeff Jarrett was going to job? Come, have you learned nothing?
All right, the match I'm most intrigued by is the women's match.
Dude, they brought in Ruby fucking Soho, who was just in a championship match against fucking Jade Cargill, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I still don't know who won this match, by the way.
It was not Allie.
Oh, got that one wrong.
It was Ruby Soho. So I went 0 and 6. Kevin went 2 and 4. He won Cardona and Moxley. Dickhead went 4 and 2. He had Cardona, he had Ruby Soho, he had Jeff Jarrett, he had John Moxley.
Who would have thought Gringo Loco would have fucking won? Gringo Loco never wins on MLW.
So I just won Cardona and Moxley.
Correct.
All right.
Ding.
Interesting.
Correct. Ding. So
you guys might as well just give up already.
No.
Yeah, I'm done.
You all wanted to pick this fucking show.
We did. I really thought I would be good, but
well, in fairness, Kevin does have the golden touch when it comes to the Royal Rumble, so things could possibly change next week.
Yeah, Tony, I have no clue.
No, last year you picked both winners.
This year I know nothing about WWE.
Well, that makes 3 of us.
Yeah, buddy. So the Rumble's Saturday, so we'll put our picks in Saturday afternoon, and you'll hear all about it next week here on the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. Anything from the world of pro wrestling we want to talk about? Anything that you guys saw or you want to chat about before we take a break and then do our rewind?
I don't need to spend like 55 hours on like NWA this week.
Yeah.
I know that Misha Slamovich, is that
Masha?
her? No,
Masha.
Masha. Yeah. Masha and oh Christ, what the hell's her name? It's not Alley Catch, but it kind of reminds me of her. What the fuck is her name?
Kenzie Page?
Yes, yeah. The two of them fought, and the only thing that really stood out to me was they were interviewing Marche Rocket and Black G's in the back, and these two came brawling through, and fucking May Valentine is going, "What's going on? Get the hell off my set!" She goes. I said I had to rewind it. I'm like, wait a minute, was that her? And then Tim Storm came out, and then Raven came out. So the whole thing is Tim Storm was trying to stop these two from beating each other up after the bell. And then Raven was like, giving it to Tim Storm. He's like, what are you doing? Like, you're ruining everything. And blah, 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 blah. There was that. The other big news.
Oh,
bro.
Blah.
Church's money loses to the Hawks in tag team action. How fucking big of a win was that for the Hawks boys? Huge win.
Are we sure we're saying that word right?
Hawks Airy. Yeah.
Is it Airy?
Yeah, well, what's his name when he does the announcing? He always says like Hawks Airy, and I'm like, a little too much emphasis on Airy there.
Yes.
So
I mean, they are from
Kyle
New Orleans.
Davis.
That is the French corridor.
Or the French Quarter.
What did I say?
The corridor.
Did I confuse the French Quarter with the I-95 corridor?
Yeah, pretty.
He pulled the mat.
I listened. That's the second time I couldn't pronounce unfamiliarity, and I couldn't do the I-95 corridor. I wonder how many people actually know what the I-95 corridor is. Matt, do you?
The turnpike?
I guess it's a fancy word for the turnpike, I guess. Tony?
I'm thinking it's more like the area from like DC up through Philadelphia, or is the corridor strictly in our state?
I don't know. I think like the corridor is I thought I figured it out like a couple years ago, but I totally don't know what it is anymore. Like because when they do the weather, it's like they always say the I-95 corridor is where the weather will change.
It's just the highway.
Wow,
I didn't really watch MLW, but I do know that Hammerstone's going to be putting the title on the line against Davey Richards coming up. I think that's going to be in Dallas. I don't know if we said it on the show, but
Charlotte.
Charlotte? Then what are they headline in Dallas with? Fatu's coming. Oh, Fatu and Mads Kruger, maybe? No, that's going to be on TV next week. I don't know. Anyway,
that was Dallas.
Yeah, so
Dallas was this weekend, Tony.
This past weekend.
Yes,
the Devon Eriks couldn't wrestle. Oh well, I guess I missed out.
Did you? I know.
I did not watch.
I know who was in the three-way with Myron Reed and Tajiri.
Ooh, who was it?
It's a spoiler, so I don't want to ruin somebody's day.
You'd only be ruining my day because if the Discord is
any
indication,
I'm not gonna say it. I just know who was in there, and Lisa was there. She took a bunch of pictures and stuff. So she said the taping was long as fuck.
Oh, yeah, she was at Impact too, I think.
Yes,
that's kind of the consensus. Real quick question: Melina, legend?
Yes.
Legend.
Yes. In the way the word's been thrown around lately, yes.
Yeah, but that's not the question. The question is legend, not the way it's been thrown around. The definition of a legend, does Melina fit that description?
Yeah. So, like, your opinion. Don't fall for the NWA shit. I want Kevin's opinion. I want Matt's opinion. Doesn't have to be like 55 minutes. Just like, what do you think? Because I say no. Part of the business, yes. Recognized name, yes. Deserves all the allocates that she gets, yes. Legend,
She had a pretty good WWE run. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, Matt.
I did not watch during her. I know she was a 3-time women's champ and a 2 times diva champ. So that makes her a 5-time champion. I just was not watching at the time. So what I know of Melina is the booty shots with Eminem before she was a wrestler and what she's done in the NWA. Mm-hmm. So based off of that, and that's not really fair for me to comment on it because I don't know the meat of her career. So I'd have to watch. I'd say she's borderline. I don't think you are. If you say no, I don't think you're wrong. And if you say yes, I don't think you're wrong. But I can't really.
So it seems kind of split. I think the chat, Kate says yes. Mark Order Podcast, I'm assuming that's Ryan Schlong, says no. Will Mercier says no. Kevin says yes. So I think it's pretty split. I'm kind of surprised, actually. Kind of surprised. Okay.
Yeah, again, I don't know enough of her catalog as a wrestler to really cast judgment.
I'm trying to think of a comparable for her. So that you would see as a legend and maybe one that you would see as not. Like, I think she's like right in this might be she's right in that like Jazz, Ivory, Victoria, I think table, I think. So to me, those three are legends. So
Victoria?
See, I would say I would give it to Jazz, but the other two I don't think so. For me personally.
What do you mean? Yeah, in what way? In what way is Jazz is
I would say Jazz is a legend, but I wouldn't put Ivory or Victoria in those categories for me.
Okay. Well, Ivory, I might go the opposite way with Ivory. Victoria, I think I agree, but Ivory, just because she's got some strange pedigree where she came from and where she went and where she wound up.
Oh, she was a Glow girl, right?
Glow Crown winner. She was also in the Powerful Women of Wrestling. She did a lot of shit before she got to the show too. So she was like one of those Glow girls that actually got into the profession.
So like the other two that I mentioned, I'm not saying they're legends necessarily. I'm just saying that's where I would put Melina on the same level as. So
okay, like, no, it's fair enough. I think that's a good comparison, to be honest with you.
No,
I can absolutely see that.
Give me context as to Melina's career. I think it's a great comparison.
There you go. And that's all I got. You guys want to take a break?
Well, I watched Impact. I'll just
okay.
Dial in some Impact. Obviously, the Ring of Honor invasion is still a thing. So Honor No More is what they're now going by.
That's actually
PCO,
cool.
Really cool. So PCO, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven seems to be the leader of this group. Obviously, that seems to be more clear every week. So you have Matt Taven, PCO, Mike Bennett, and Vincent, along with Maria, who's the spokesperson. I guess she dubbed them Honor No More this past week. They run in after the Charlie Haas, Josh Alexander match, beat them both up. Charlie Haas is obviously concussed, so he doesn't get a whole lot of offense in.
This was that match.
So they come in, you know how I love me some good roster battles, baby. So you had then Willie Mack, Eddie Edwards, Rich Swann, Heath, Rhino all come in to get the numbers advantage there. So really fun stuff going on right now with that. And something that Impact has also been doing, they may have done it last week too, but I can't remember. But this past show, Tom Phillips was by himself doing commentary, but every match, it seemed like they were bringing in someone else that had something to do with the match. So
that's
like
pretty cool.
Like in Tasha Steelz versus Chelsea Green, they had Mickie James there. And that led to something. During William Morrissey versus VSK and Zicky Dice, Brian was there. During Chris Sabin, I think, was there for the main event. I might be forgetting a couple, but it was really cool. And so yeah, fun, good show. It's I hate that I can't watch live anymore because I don't have access and it's on the YouTube, but I watched it and I liked it.
No, it sounds like the Ring of Honor guys are actually being considered on par with the Impact guys, which is the way to do it. It's 100%. That's the way they should do it.
They should. You can make an argument that they should be like revered higher than some.
Well, not only that, but like you've also got like some of the big names that were in Ring of Honor. No disrespect, but they weren't. It wasn't like a Mike Awesome and a Lance Storm coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
like these are on par guys.
I'm still perplexed by the grouping of them. And I know we talked to Matt Taven. Check out that Matt Taven interview. That thing was dope, by the way, if you haven't already. But I'm still perplexed by the group that they chose for this. But PCO is hysterical in his role, by the way. Absolutely hysterical.
He's on a fucking different level.
Yeah.
He's a fucking nut.
He just goes, they come in, they're showing their ticket stubs to like the people, like they're all saying, we got tickets, and then PCO just yells, ticket. It's so good. Yeah, so that's Impact wrapped up in a nutshell, baby.
Awesome. I like nutshells.
Yeah, I'm behind on. I didn't get NWA this week. I didn't get Impact or New Japan Strong this week. So
I didn't watch the MLW, so nothing was offensive really about the NWA. So there's that. There you go.
I got some catching up
Matt,
to do.
real quick. Can you elaborate on that?
He's just a fucking maniac, dude. He's fucking doing dives over the road outside. He's taking bumps on fucking ladders. He's just
You talk about PCO.
Yeah, man. I don't understand. We didn't get any apron bump, at least not that we can see, unless everybody stood up. He's out of his fucking mind.
And he's like 50, isn't he?
It's unbelievable to watch him do shit like that. Like, what are you doing, guy?
He just doesn't fucking care.
Take it cheesy, my man.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Oh boy. What are we doing after the break, Matt? Let the people know.
We're gonna do an old school Wizards rewind. Today is the anniversary of the debuting 1988 Royal Rumble and the Bunkhouse Stampede 1988. And in the past couple of weeks, I think I can speak for all of us when I say we've all watched these shows. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
not so much on the Royal Rumble side, but
Yeah.
boy, that Bunkhouse Stampede. So we're going to do an old school Wizard rewind where we talk about both shows and just have a little fun, do a little old school wrestling before we pull the train to the station tonight. But Kevin, what do we always say?
Oh, back after this.
We know you love shopping at Amazon, and we also know you love listening to The Shining Wizards. That's why you're hearing this commercial right now. But were you aware that you can combine the two, do all your shopping, and support the show at the same time? Well, of course you can. Instead of going to Amazon.com, go to Amazon.shiningwizards.com and make your purchases the way you normally would. You're going to get the same great low prices, and a portion of whatever you purchase is going to go to support the Shining Wizards. How great is that? You, by purchasing anything that you normally would anyway, is going to support us. That's a win-win in my book. So from now on, when you shop at Amazon, go to Amazon.shiningwizards.com or click the banner on our website and do all of your shopping with the Shining Wizards.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments.
Horns up, everyone. One on the Shining Wizards Network. Be sure every Friday to check out Radioactive Metal. Radioactive Metal is one of the longest running podcasts on the interweb. And every week we bring you a fist full of metal, including interviews with all your favorite artists, discuss all the metal news, and feature the best tunes on the air today. So grab a Lemmy, join your cool Uncle Snowy and co-host Aaron in the pit.
Your recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment broadcasting from the current to the way back. Join the Impact player Phil Rea and the Portuguese man of war Chape for the Turnbuckle Throwbacks Wrestling Podcast. Live every week on rantemradio.com. Get all our episodes over at iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Audio Boom, Google Play, ShiningWizardsNetwork.com, and TurnbuckleThrowbacks.com.
Are you tired of being told what to think and believe by Hollywood elites and politicians who just don't care about you?
Tired of not getting the truth when you watch the news?
Tired of trying to figure out what pronoun to use?
Tired of mob mentality when all you want to do is think for yourself and make up your own mind?
That's where we come in. This is Justin
And Vince.
your host of Inconclusive Breakdown.
We are a weekly anti-PC podcast bringing you entertainment and current event news without any spin.
If you want to truly stay informed on what's going on in the world, then give us a listen every Sunday, anywhere you get podcasts, at least till Zuckerberg and Twitter Jack deplatform us.
And as always, we're proud members of the Shining Wizards Network.
Tired of the PC police telling you what you can and cannot say? Want a show that travels back to the 80s and 90s where the badass hosts have beaten down cancel culture on 3 separate occasions and carried on to gloat about it? Since 2013, The Midnight Jury is that show. Travel back to the malls and arcades, pop in your VHS, and join us where the 80s and 90s return from the dead. Conan, tell them where to find us.
WLWstudios.com, home of the Midnight Jury podcast hosted by Midnight Mike and Calvin Brody.
Also available on all major podcast platforms via the Shining Wizards Network, and join in the conversation on Twitter at Midnight Jury.
What's up, wrestling fans? You want something awesome? Check out Wrestling Night in Canada here on the Shining Wizards Network. We're 3 Canadian metalheads uniting for the love of pro wrestling. Every episode, we go over all the latest news and special events with the odd unique interview as well. So grab a cold one and check out Wrestling Night in Canada, eh?
Are you tired of being uninformed? Together, we can change all of that. Experience a podcast like you've never heard before. You'll gain knowledge, have some laughs, because we believe this is the last AEW podcast you'll ever need. Join us every Wednesday night at 10:15 p.m. on rantemradio.com and Facebook Live. We can also be found on all major podcast forums as part of the Shining Wizards Network. So stop listening to inferior AEW podcasts and bring a new podcast into your life by joining us.
Join the Mark Order Podcast.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Mark Order Pod and on Facebook.com/Mark Order Pod. Don't forget to tag us on social media and use hashtag #JoinTheMarkOrder, because if you don't find us,
we will find you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. My name is Thomas, and what's your name?
I'm Alan.
Alan.
Oh, yeah. We're brothers.
That's right.
Yeah. Got the same mother and father.
Your room was...
We shared a room.
Shared a room.
We shared a room.
Thought I knew your face.
Yeah, we go way back, mate. Yeah.
We should do a podcast then.
We have.
We do a podcast.
We do a podcast.
What's it called?
The Broadcast. Yeah, that was planned.
Yeah. Well.
What do we do?
Well, we cover all different things in the world of pop culture. We're talking about comic books, we're talking about professional wrestling, and we're talking about movies. Go back and watch classic retro wrestling events, the likes of WWE. That you can check us out on Apple iTunes, also on Podbean, Anchor, and on Podknife. Also check us out on Twitter at The Broadcast. That's BROKAST.
Hey, no, it's all right. Good on you.
Yeah. Instagram also at The Broadcast Podcast.
Yeah, but we don't spell it with a C. We spell it with a K.
Sorry, mate.
Take it easy.
All right, we are back. And we are getting ready to talk some Royal Rumble and Bunkhouse Stampede. But first, we're going to take this time to thank those that support us over at our Patreon, patreon.com/Wizards Podcast. For as little as $1 a month, you can support the Shining Wizard Wrestling Podcast. And what that $1 a month gets you is a shout out every week on this show. So on the upcoming shows that'll feature tonight's guest, Jazzy. Next week, TSF, who you've seen on AEW Dark and Dark Elevation. The SAT, East Coast Professional Independent Wrestling Legends, Ring of Honor. They're joining us. Sam Adonis. Sam Adonis in a couple of weeks joins the show. Miko Maestro makes his big return. Steve Mack. Your name will get mentioned during these episodes. And if you decide to donate or pledge or give us more than $1 a month, the perks go up $3 a month. You get our bonus episodes. We do a watch along. We do a profile. We do a throwback. Wizards Rewind, whatever the fuck you want to call it. $5 a month. We do all that shit. And during this segment, watch this, right? If you're watching, which you should be watching on YouTube, all the Patreon supporters above $5, your name scrolls across the bottom of the screen, and I will read out a website, a Twitter handle, anything you want to promote within the confines of the Wizards world. So if it's something like filthy or gross or racist or religious, we're not promoting that shit, okay? We're not doing any of that. We have the right to not promote something that we think is not proper for the masses. On our show, you can do it on your own time, but your $5 a month will get you that. $10 a month gets you a box of wizardry every 3 months. I will send you the goods, and I am buying up anything and everything. We're talking trading cards, buttons, stickers, Funko Pops. That's right. I found some like real not cheap, affordable WWE Funko Pops. I said, why not put them in a box of wizardry for somebody? DVDs, pins, stickers, pens, T-shirts, hats. I don't know. Anything else I can get my little grubby mitts on. I'm buying it up, and I'm just putting it in a box of wizardry. So for 3 months, you spend $10 a month here. That's $30. I guarantee you this box of wizardry will have at least $100 worth of wrestling shit in it.
Yeah.
Might not be good shit, but it's wrestling shit.
No, it's good shit.
Check it out. Again, $1, one single dollar a month.
Yeah. Come on.
You spend like probably $5 on a coffee every day at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. That Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts doesn't give you what we give you.
No,
Yeah,
they don't.
for the price of a cup of coffee, you can feed a starving child.
Or a starving Kevin. Look at him. He's malnourished.
That's right.
Give us $1. We can get Kevin a waffle.
Buy me a hot dog, please.
Right?
Yes.
Tony won the picks. How is he supposed to order tuna pizza if there's no money?
Order the tuna pizza.
So go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/wizardspodcast, and donate.
Yeah, give us some of them German shekels.
Whatever. Yeah, give us some of your red money. I don't give a shit.
Jesus.
Just gimme. I like the green stuff. So we're going to take this time to thank those that support us over at our Patreon. Kathy Humble, the queen of the Shining Wizard. Manny Crazzo, the king of the Shining Wizards. The AOP of the SWB, Danny and Anthony Rusanello. Sean Toe, Sean Calejo, Kate the Great Hensler at OnDeckIC.com. Fightful, Sour Graps, Mark Order Podcast, everything. She does it all. She's a
Fight. Did we say Fight Club? We said Fight Club.
just
Right?
Fightful. She is a Renaissance woman, just like Jazzy. Macarifo, no relationship to the KJG. Maddie Mellinger, who is on his honeymoon. Congratulations, Matt. Christine Friesendorf, the other half of the Sign Girls. Mark Parloni.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Please stop tagging me in stupid polls on Twitter. I don't care.
Keep on tagging him, baby.
Please don't. Kenny Hossey, the Scotch Drinksmore of the Shining Wizards Wrestling Podcast. You want to know how I know Mark Parloni doesn't listen to the podcast? Because he never, ever says anything about the happy birthday shout-outs or me saying something like that.
Because he loves it.
No, he doesn't love it. He doesn't listen. Mark, listen. Listen, buddy. Listen. Jay Cop, the big cop of pump from the Turnbuckle Throwbacks. Kevin, we can get into that if you want to talk about your little excursion over there Friday night.
There was no excursion.
All right. There was. Never mind. Disregard. Thomas Cops, the Mott Spock. Hopefully he arrived safely back in Milwaukee after his travel to New York City. Michael Hammond, Matthew Birch, the Bergman, the LeBron James of elite figure collecting. I know he's going to the Royal Rumble this weekend, so if you're going out there to St. Louis and you see the Bergman, say, what's up, Bergman? Brendan Haney, Kerry Cowling, Ryan Schlong, Asian Joe, David Henry Bauer III. Pleasure to meet you this weekend, my friend. Mike Peterson, Rob Humphrey, and last but certainly not least, his pal Antonio Hosserman makes experimental music at harvestmanrecords.bandcamp.com. The one and only William Mercier Jr.
Lives are going to be in William Mercier's hands. You know what I mean?
Kevin, I know what you mean. And you know what? I finally got to touch those hands. I shook those hands. And I feel good about the whole world being in his hands.
Ugh.
Yeah. What, he had nice, strong man hands.
Seems like a man hand guy.
How do you handle a hungry man? A man handler.
Like a lumberjack.
Okay, terrific.
All right.
So,
fellas, this idea was floated a couple weeks ago because I put together the calendar and I said, ooh, these two wonderful events take place on the same day, and one hand washes the other. So the
Ugh.
NWA decided they were going to run the Bunkhouse Stampede at
Yeehaw.
Uniondale, New York, at the Nassau Coliseum, because that's what when I think Bunkhouse Stampede, I think Long Island.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, why is he doing a Southern accent when the show is in New York?
Not a horse-faced women out in Long Island. That's why.
A lot of questions around this event here, Kevin.
Yeehaw.
And it was on pay-per-view.
Oh, yes, it was.
Running in old Vinnie Mac's backyard. So you know what Vinnie Mac said?
Ha ha!
He said, "Goddamn, pal, we're going to be at the Cops Coliseum. Let's give USA a 3-hour special live event called the Royal Rumble."
Not the
Why
Colossal
is everyone
Jostle.
Southern to you, Matt?
That's how they roll, Kevin. You got to get out of West Orange. There's a whole world out there for you.
It's a whole new world.
So to counter pay-per-view and the NWA, Vince decided he was going to give away a free show on the USA Network.
Whoa.
That is where the Royal Rumble was born. Both shows featured a 4-match card.
Oh, yeah.
I was surprised to see that the NWA didn't show us their dark match, because you could easily argue that Sting was probably the hottest babyface they had at the time. No,
in '88.
Was this
No.
was shortly after the UWF merger? No, so maybe Sting wasn't as big as we think he might have been at this point.
Yeah, Sting was not '88. Sting was not the biggest star in WCW. He was on his way, maybe, but he's still like at least a year or two away.
And they put him in there with Jimmy Jam Garvin
against the Sheep Herders.
Yeah, wonderful.
I much rather would have watched that than some of the other shit on here.
Yeah, this was not available anywhere, right? Like this definitely was not part of the pay-per-view, but it's not out there, is it?
Wait,
the dark
Bunkhouse
match?
Buck?
Yeah. No, the pre-show match, the dark match.
Yeah, the dark match is nowhere to be found.
Oh well.
So I want to run through the cards of each company first, then we can go through that. Go through them.
Yes.
On the USA Network, they gave us Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Ravishing Rick Rude. They gave us a 2 out of 3 falls for the WWF Women's Tag Team Championship. The Jumping Bomb Angels took on the Glamour Girls. We had the 20-man Royal Rumble. And we had a 2 out of 3 falls match between the Islanders and the Young Stallions.
Girls in cars.
On the other side, on the NWA, we had Nikita Koloff defending the NWA World Television Championship against Bobby Eaton. The UWF Western States Championship was on the line as Barry Windham defended against Larry Zbyszko. The NWA World Heavyweight Championship was on the line as Ric Flair defended against Road Warrior Hawk. And in the Steel Cage Bunkhouse Stampede match, it was the Warlord, Tully Blanchard, Road Warrior Animal, Lex Luger, Ivan Koloff, the Barbarian, Dusty Rhodes, and Arn Anderson. Gentlemen, for those not familiar with the Steel Cage Bunkhouse Stampede match, who would like to explain the rules of this abortion?
I want to hear Kevin explain it. Kevin's not going to explain it.
Oh. No, because here's the thing. Because I watched this like a week ago, and then I thought it was something completely... No. It was something completely different than I thought I remembered it as. Because I thought I remembered the Bunkhouse Stampede as like a team concept. And it's totally not a team concept. And it was so weird. And the Warlord and the Barbarian, like them in NWA is just so confusing to me. Like I don't remember them there until like they came back on their masks as the Super Assassins, or when the Barbarian was there in '92.
Well, this was another genius conception by the American Dream Dad. And going into this one, he had won the Bunkhouse Stampede 2 years prior. It's very simple, folks. Picture a battle royal in a ring surrounded by a steel cage. And yes, Eliminations are going over the top or through the door and onto the floor, and you are eliminated. So imagine this.
Yeah.
8 big old slabs of beef trying to throw each other over the top of a steel cage or through the door. Sounds delicious, doesn't it? Oh boy, oh boy.
I don't. Maybe it sounded good on paper. I really have no idea.
Here's the thing.
Matt.
Dusty Rhodes is renowned, a true legend in the business, known as a great booker, a great mind for wrestling. But during this period when Dusty just kept trying to put himself over, sometimes you got stinkers just like this.
Well, this reminds me a lot of like, because Dusty Rhodes was also the mind behind the Battle Bowl concept. So like, it's like that the woof, like it's two misses, 2 swings and misses for all people like put him over, undeservedly so. But these two, Bunkhouse Buck and even the Battle Bunkhouse Buck, I keep saying Bunkhouse Buck, Bunkhouse Stampede, and the Battle Bowl, just 2 oofs, swings and misses.
The funny thing was, like, they always had like the the War Games on tour where they would have War Games matches like all summer long. Well, they did the same concept with the Bunkhouse Brawls, with the Bunkhouse Stampedes. Well, you had to qualify to get into this thing. So they had matches like this all up and down the horn to decide who was going to be in this final match on pay-per-view. And the winner got some sort of monetary prize plus a big fucking cowboy boot that was bigger than Dusty. Did you see him when this thing was over? How big that fucking thing was?
So you talk about that tour, Tony. I need to know who Mighty Wilbur is.
Oh, you don't know Mighty Wilbur?
I am not familiar with. Is he the other tag team partner of Matt Tremont?
Probably. I have no idea who he is either.
No, I believe he's the other tag team partner of Miko Maestro.
You know Mighty Wilbur. We share a pepperoni pizza with the tuna.
Yes, it's me and Mighty Wilbur. We do mighty things and Miko things and Maestro things and all these things and tuna and
tuna and reindeer stew on the pepperoni pizza.
This is what we do. We bring Mighty Wilbur on the podcast. We don't talk about wrestling with him ever, but we do it anyway because that's what our forefathers did in the wilderness.
But in Finland, the match in a 7-sided ring, the Bunkhouse Stampede, we call it Bugensnagen Stampede.
Yes, natural casings on all of the all of the kielbasa. Yes, all of
casings.
We hang kielbasa on a pole, and then we all go for it on a ladder.
Kabasi, the Finnish delicacy, Kabasi.
Very good Finnish delicacy, and German, I believe.
Oh,
he was
boy.
apparently a goofy hillbilly under Paul Jones' tutelage, who eventually.
Oh, he was in Paul Jones's army. Okay,
is a big man.
So you're telling me the guy with the name of Mighty Wilbur was a goofy hillbilly? I believe you.
He made it to the steel cage Bunkhouse Stampede qualifier match.
But sadly, he did not qualify.
December 26th of 1987.
And I bet you Dusty dragged him out of the cage because he couldn't get him over the top.
He was injured and therefore was able to compete in the final.
Oh, boo. Oh, and that's why Dusty won, because Dusty won the wild card match to take that spot, right?
Yes.
Bingo.
No explanation was ever given as to why Dr. Death and Big Bubba Rogers did not compete in the final. They had qualified, but they weren't there.
Well, because Bubba was probably hurt and maybe Dr. Death was in Japan making real money. Who knows?
I'd also, in doing research for the show...
Boss Man. Was he already going to WWF at this point?
No, I don't think so. Not yet, but I think that's in the future. But I think a precursor to him leaving, apparently the NWA was getting a little stingy with their money and travel was very tight. And a lot of shows weren't drawing well and they were showing up real late. They were kind of burning the candles at both ends. So for them to not be there, maybe they couldn't make it in time. I had read somewhere that they had done like a show in Hawaii, and people were flying like from Hawaii to
fucking Uniondale. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a short flight or anything. And I don't think you had a direct flight from New York at that point. So they probably had to stop over in California somewhere.
I think they flew. I think there
Or
was
maybe
a
Chicago.
straight shot to Charlotte.
And then from Charlotte to New York. Whee.
Yeah, something weird like that.
Fuck that.
All right, so that's what the Jim Crockett JCP is giving you. Reverse battle royal, right? Everyone's in the ring. I don't even know. You gotta go over the cage. Throws it all off. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
Now, if you had a cage that was maybe 6 feet tall, I can understand, because then it's like, almost as high as the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Like you could easily back body drop or put somebody on the top, but to have a fucking like a regular like 10, 12-foot cage on top of no. We'll get into that though.
Yeah.
What was going on USA Network? What was going on the USA Network?
I was waiting. Kevin was like, he's still 8 seconds behind. How's that internet cable coming along?
It should be here when I'm in Florida, by the way. So.
Oh, when you go to Florida?
But I didn't. Thursday. But I didn't order from Amazon Prime. I ordered from Amazon, but I didn't use my Prime thing like an idiot. But anyway, so I like Tony's idea about that, having a cage a little bit higher than the ropes.
Well, a little bit lower.
You can no, why would you have it lower than the ropes? Are the ropes there?
No, at rope height instead of having it like regular steel cage height, which is like 10 feet tall.
No, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm thinking like you could still have it a little higher than the ropes and still do the damage you would do inside the ring to the cage.
Okay, gotcha.
And throw somebody out. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it just made no sense to have that full cage though. So while these idiots are trying to throw each other out of a cage, Matt, where are they trying to throw each other over on USA Network?
Well, the brain trust at the WWE said, why put a cage around a ring? Let's just throw him over the top rope.
Out of base. He throw him out of the ring.
It's so fun. Like, oh man, it's just funny. Like, here we are at the beginning of the birth of pay-per-view. It's still relatively new, and you hear all the horror stories. Vince is, you can show Survivor Series, you could show Starrcade, and now they're in his backyard, and they're super hot. We're just coming out of WrestleMania 3. Hogan, Andre is still a thing, and it's like he's like, fuck the NWA. Let's take the dumb idea you have, and let's just simplify it. Why is there a cage around the fucking ring?
Because Dustin's got to win the big one, if you will.
It's funny. I put this on.
Not only simplify it, make it better. Like make it like 100 times better.
Yeah, make it come as you are, and then just these guys can use weapons if they want, and there you go. There you go.
Very simple. Very simple. I put this on. I put the Rumble on at work a couple weeks ago. I was there on a Sunday, and every person that came in to sit and eat, and we didn't have many tables, but there was a handful. Either the father was super into it or the kids were super into it. There was a table, and they were there during the Rumble, and the kid was like, "We can't leave until I see who wins this." And the kid had no fucking idea what was going on. Like he didn't know who the wrestlers were. Probably he was like 7.
Yeah, but it was cool, man. It was cool.
Yeah, no,
these guys are coming out and beating each other up, and there's a
I
countdown. It's cool.
If I had put on the Bunkhouse Brawl, they would have had no idea. Bunkhouse Stampede, they would have had no idea.
Oh, they would have been crying. What is this? I'm scared.
So I think what would be fun, maybe, I don't know how you guys want to do this. Maybe we go match for match.
I don't know. Maybe we could do like what was our favorite match? What was the worst match? I don't know. I mean, look, NWA compared to the WWF show, at least in my opinion, NWA doesn't hold a candle to this thing. Their show was just not really that great. There wasn't a lot terrible with it, but I mean, yeah, aside from the main event, but the other matches were just, ooh, boy. Ooh.
There's certainly flaws in Rumble 88 too, because your main event, which is par for the course, is not the Rumble. That's fine. That's like a Saturday night's main event type deal, and they have a promo because Paul Roma got hurt or something like that, and he went to the back, and then they have like an Andre the Giant or a promo in between with DiBiase in between of a 2 out of 3 falls match. I've never seen that ever.
Yeah, but Kev, we also got the contract signing for the main event
right
coming up in February, which was huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Biggest
WWE
television audience in prime time for a wrestling show ever. And it got it started at the
again,
Rumble with
this is
the big
first,
rematch.
Yes. Yes. And this is the first Rumble. Not a whole lot of star power.
Slapped
like-
together just to combat the NWA. Slapped together.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. No, and I enjoyed it because like it wasn't. It was the first one. It was the inaugural Rumble, and so like you had no expectations of who was actually going to be in it, so it didn't matter at that point. So like if Nikolai Volkov or Boris Zukov or the first two were Bret Hart and Tito, like it didn't matter at that point. So like it was still fun, like the winner. I mean, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead of what Matt had scheduled, but like, Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the thing. Like he eliminated the one-man gang. So like good solid workers, but like not at the top of the card at that point.
Right,
I don't know, man.
no-
Duggan
was
was
no-
huge over.
There was no world title shot for the winner. It was just kind of a thing to counter the Bunkhouse Stampede program, which, I mean, if you had just seen the card, you probably didn't need to run up against it. Look, but we lost Bobby Eaton last year, and if you're not familiar with Bobby Eaton, go watch. He goes 20. He literally wrestles a fucking piece of stone for 20 minutes. Nikita Koloff's not good.
Listen.
He's not good, bro.
All due respect to the late great Bobby Eaton, this was fucking boring.
Oh yeah, there were I wrote down 4 things that I thought were interesting. In about 7.5 minutes, there's a high spot on the floor.
Yep.
At the 10-minute mark, Eaton is posted twice, and then he takes a hip toss to the outside.
Cool.
At 13 minutes, he did a top rope drop kick.
One of his staples.
And that was really it. The last minute, Nikita Koloff puts him in a headlock for 40 seconds. What?
But dude, fucking most of the match was Bobby Eaton holding a hammerlock and working just like not even working, dude, just laying on top of him on the mat.
Because he was not good. Nikita Koloff was terrible.
Yeah, but
Look,
if it's going to be a 20-minute time limit draw and you're fucking just hanging onto a hammerlock, you have no desire to try to win the championship. I mean, come on.
But you're not going to get, I think we see it again with Road Warrior Hawk. You think up until this point in his career, Road Warrior Hawk ever wrestled a 22-minute match? He was fucking gassed in 6 minutes against Ric Flair.
I tell you what, though, Ric Flair made him look fucking pretty damn good. I was okay with that match. I didn't love it. I was okay with it. This one, dude, it was just Bobby Eaton laying. If it wasn't for Jim Cornette being out there, I would have fucking fell asleep during this thing.
Right. Well, Nikita Koloff couldn't do anything. He wasn't good.
I don't think you're giving him enough credit. I don't think Nikita Koloff is as stoned as you think he is. Honestly, I don't know, man. They could have did a lot more. They could have had a little more stalling, a little more power moves. Bobby Eaton bails, recuperates a little bit. This was just really weird. It was really weird that Eaton was in control for almost the whole match.
I think the Nikita Koloff face experiment is an epic failure too.
Well, I mean, it came out of necessity, and it was white hot when it first happened because they paired him up with Dusty Rhodes, and then they kind of just did their own separate things, and then Nikita Koloff cooled off really quick.
Really quick is an understatement.
But I mean, it's not his fault. Like he was not supposed to turn face at that point. The whole Magnum TA thing kind of threw a monkey wrench into it.
I understand.
Sometimes you take a chance, it pays off, and it and then whatever. I don't know. Didn't like the match.
I did not have a problem with Zbyszko and Wyndham.
Like I feel about the Ric Flair match. At least there was a little action in this. There was a little bit of movement. You had Baby Doll out there getting involved.
Yeah, there was a little story there. Wyndham, this is like we're on the doorstep of like peak Wyndham right here.
Yeah.
Like
And
he's
I don't
about-
think I know Wikipedia has it as the UWF Western States Championship. I don't think that was a UWF belt. I think that was always an NWA belt. I don't know why it's listed that way, but whatever. It's the Western States Championship. Very short-lived. As a matter of fact, I think Wyndham and Zbyszko were the only two to hold the belt, if I'm not mistaken. In the sea of 500 titles that the NWA had, the Western States Heritage Championship just should never have come into existence. Sorry.
What do you know?
I know if you're going to have a Western States title, you don't defend it in the Nassau Coliseum.
A lot of Southern accents going on here.
So the NWA Southern Wrestling, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. RASSLIN, that's wrestling.
And then the bunkhouse stamp. Kevin, anytime you have anything to say, feel free to just jump in as well. I don't know what your thoughts on this show were.
Probably
but
doesn't have anything. What else can he add? I mean,
fair enough.
No, I feel like the more I stay out is better, but just because of the delay and stuff like that. So I'll if I have something super important that Tony covered it. That was Tony. Tony nailed it.
And then we get the bunkhouse stampede, and this is just an absolute bloodfest.
Lots of blading.
I think if Ivan Koloff isn't in this, it's unwatchable.
Yeah, you know what?
He was like he was really fucking good in this.
Good point. However, if you noticed the few times that and people did go over the top of the cage, the few times people went over the top of the cage, Ivan Koloff was one of them. And when he did the hands thing with Dusty and he's fucking hitting his hands and he falls off, that's pretty funny shit. However, notice that camera doesn't really catch these idiots climbing up to the top of the cage and actually like getting into that position. It's fucking terrible. Why are they climbing the cage? Kevin, let me ask you this as a fellow Royal Rumble aficionado. If you knew that getting thrown over the top and hitting the floor was going to get you eliminated, wouldn't you want to avoid climbing the thing that can get you eliminated from the match? Or is it just me? Or am I fucking crazy? I don't know. I don't know.
Well, in the Rumble, you see people going to the top rope all the time. So it's just like, why do you do that there either?
Yep.
So it's kind of in the same boat, but you still see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but to climb a cage, I was like, my God, my mind was fucking blown. Oh, Matt, perhaps my favorite contrived spot of the night. Lex Luger, Tully Blanchard, and Arn Anderson all falling out of the cage door at the same time. What the fuck, dude?
I mean, Dusty's booking it, right? So you're like, if you argue with him, you're not in the main event spot, right? Like, I don't know.
And Dusty Rhodes had his arm bladed. His arm. I hate that shit. I hate that fucking spot. I hate it.
I don't know if you noticed it, but they were when he won, there was a lot of boos. There was some audible boos there for Dusty.
Because it was stupid. It was dumb.
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong with my timeline, but I think Luger should have won this.
It would have made sense.
Right? He was on the way up.
And he's the only guy that was wearing his wrestling tights, no? I think everybody else came like wearing like just like their street clothes, come as you are.
Right? Because he goes on to challenge Luger at the Great American Bash.
Yes, Luger challenged Luger at the Great American Bash.
Flair, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, so this pay-per-view is in January. Their next pay-per-view is in July, and it's Luger Flair.
Yeah.
And the other
isn't this because Barry Windham leaves?
No, Wyndham's on the card wrestling Dusty Rhodes for the U.S. Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, Wyndham was joining the Horsemen around this time then too, right? Like later in the year?
He doesn't leave for the WWF till March of 1989.
Okay. Yeah, that was a quick run.
And it's also weird. The Warlord and the Barbarian are in this thing, but then Hawk Animal's all by himself because Hawk got the title shot. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got nothing else to add to it. It's out there if you want to see it for yourself, folks.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 hours on the Peacock. It's there. It's there.
It's
Look,
there.
the main event's something to see. It is unique. It was unique.
Well,
on the other now look, I'm not gonna sit here and be like the WWE crushed it here either.
But
better show.
Yes.
100%.
I think. We got storytelling. We got a fucking women's tag title match that fucking blew the doors off of anything both nights, I think. And we got to see a concept match that was 100 times better than what was on actual pay-per-view. I think it may not have had the star power, it may not have had, the names, but at least I think it told a better story and it had some interesting characters. They didn't have some contrived way of getting eliminated.
No,
and it was every 2 minutes. It was a new concept.
We also had to sit through the fucking Dino Bravo bench press bullshit.
Oh, come on, bro. He benched 705 pounds.
Dude, I felt like that went on forever.
100%. Completely agree. But the one thing that came out of that was that Dino Bravo could now go around and call himself the world's strongest man. And it gave Jesse and Bruno shit to fucking fight over because Jesse kept saying, not Bruno, Gorilla. And Gorilla kept saying to him, yeah, it was a tag team effort. It was not. He got it up by himself. You saw the footage. Jesse would fucking lie, even if it was on film, which was so great.
They just went, it was just
I know.
So
I know.
long, man.
But, we got to load up the plates. We got to do this. We got to do, yeah, I know.
And I get it. You got to give them a break. At Steamboat and Rude had a great match.
With a fucking stupid ending.
Well, you're not going to look. This is also the time when these guys weren't, it's not like it is today. Like Steamboat versus Rude is not happening. If it's not Saturday night main event and it's not a pay-per-view, you got to go see it at the house shows, bro.
Yeah, no, look, I agree. Good enough match. The ending fucking shit the bed for me.
Well, they got to make everyone look good, man.
Yeah, not always.
I mean, it's 1988. You got to make everybody look good.
Yeah.
I guess, right?
And this is already after Steamboat's run, so I don't even know why they're why wouldn't they try to build up Rick Rude here? I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Where are you gonna build? I mean, they eventually build Rude into the IC title picture. Where are you gonna put him here?
No, I get it, but Steamboat had already come off. He gave up the belt at this point. Like Honky Tonk Man's the champ. You know what I'm saying? So Steamboat's already kind of not in good standing with the office to begin with all that shit. So I don't know. I would have put my eggs in the Rick Rude basket at this point, but what do I know? I don't know.
Yeah, but look, I just thought about this too. NWA has a pay-per-view, right? They're asking their fans to pay money to watch this wrestling program. On the flip side, there's wrestling on USA Network, and who's in your first match? Someone you're familiar with, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
All right, fair enough.
Granted,
and Rick
maybe
Rude
you don't
too.
maybe you don't like the cartoony gimmicks, but the first match is going to be a wrestling match.
No, fair enough. Fair point.
And it's free. You don't have to go into your pocket to take it.
Fuck
now you watch the match and then maybe you sit through that Dino Bravo shit and you're like, fuck this noise, I'm out. But maybe it pulls you in because it's free wrestling, right?
Yeah, but NWA had their gimmicky shit too. They used to do the arm wrestling matches and shit like that. So that kind of thing wasn't just like WWE Gaga. I mean, it was, but it wasn't, NWA was just as guilty doing that stuff.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just to put two guys that maybe the competitor was familiar with. And I could be thinking way too much about this too.
No, it's good to think about this stuff.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know. Jazzy said I was a dummy, so.
Oh, mama. She said, wait. She's like, of course I missed this because I'm an asshole, but wait, you said you were a dummy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For what?
Well, she also gave us the name of the episode this week, so
Gotta go back and listen.
Yep.
Tony, you were over the moon on this 2 out of 3 falls women's tag match.
Come on, dude. How could you not be? The Jumping Bond Angels, the Glamour Girls with Jimmy Hart. Come on. Dude, this was so off the charts for its time. It's fucking unbelievable that this was on a fucking WWF free show on USA Network.
Dude,
That's how great this match was.
All right. You're overstating it a little bit, Tony. You're being a little bit hyperbolic.
Dude, you got to remember, this is 1988 WWF, and they bring in a Japanese women's tag team.
Yes.
To wrestle the Glamour Girls, dude.
All right. So, yes, awesome. Jumping Bomb Angels are awesome. And I think it's weird. As time goes on, the teams and the people that people tend to know about them more. So the Jumping Bomb Angels, I think, have a good legacy and a lot of respect. The Glamour Girls, aren't they a little bit past their prime in this match, T-Dong?
No, not at all. Not at all. You got to remember, too, Leilani Kai is wrestling for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania another 7 years down the road from this, too.
Oh, I remember. And it was a squash.
Well, sort of, kind of, maybe. But look, dude, Leilani Kai, Judy Martin, tough women, dude. Tough women.
No argument.
And they wrestled like some tough women. Now, I know we talked about this a few weeks ago. If you get a chance, do your homework. Go check out the WWF Women's Tag Team Championship. And you'd be surprised. The history of those belts comes from the NWA, because those were NWA women's tag belts. And when the whole deal with Moolah went through, WWF bought those belts. And if you can find a good enough picture of them, look at them real close. The same belts that they're wearing in this match, they're the same exact belts that were purchased, that they've always been those championship belts. They actually say NWA on them. They got those National Wrestling Alliance letters on them. So a little bit of trivia and history for championships here. Other than that, great fucking match. Great match.
I'm with you, Tony. I really enjoyed this. It was ahead of its time, and I thought they put on a good showing. Can't say the same for the next year at the Royal Rumble, where I think Judy Martin and Rockin' Robin wrestle over the women's title, because I had this playing at the restaurant that day. Not 7 minutes of dog shit in the '89 Rumble, but this was, for its time, it was good. It was entertaining. Judy Martin pins Yamazaki in 7 minutes for the first fall. Yamazaki pins Martin with a sunset flip for the second, so they're tied at 1.
Here's the important thing that a lot of people don't remember, and this is why I used to love reading all the old pay-per-views from Scott Keith, and he makes a great point here. First match, Martin goes, it's almost like a power bomb, and she gets the pin from that, and 2 or 3 minutes later, she goes for it again, and that's where you get the sunset flip reversal, and it winds up costing her the second fall. Great fucking storytelling on top of all the high fucking spots and all the beaten ups and shit. This was fantastic.
Did you enjoy the double drop kick finish?
Yes, of course. 100%. 100%. Love this shit. I love this shit. Easily the match of the entire day for me.
Very entertaining, and you put it into context. Here we're going to go up against the NWA, and we have, we're not going to give you Hogan and Andre, right?
Yeah, and Hogan's not even he's there for an interview. He's not your champion's not even wrestling. It's crazy.
We're not going to give you, they could have given you the Hart Foundation versus the Strike Force, right? You'd have to put them in the Rumble, but you could have given us a hot tag match like that. But no, they gave us the Glamour Girls against the Jumping Bomb Angels, and I think they lived up to the hype. Maybe not on that day in 1988, but when you look back on that match, I think it stands the test of time, and it's pretty remarkable what they were doing in 1988, the women, and maybe it kind of makes you think they deserve a little more credit,
Clearly. 100%.
Kevin, 1988 Royal Rumble, how many times have you watched this?
A lot of times. Not as much as 92, but definitely I've seen it more than once for sure.
All right. So, do you have a favorite moment from this Rumble, or you just like to take it all in with it being the first ever Royal Rumble?
My favorite moment of this Royal Rumble is when Don Morocco and Nikolai Volkov both run out at the same time, and the referees are like fighting with them. Like Nikolai, I don't know how this happened. It was the first one. I don't know if it was planned or if it was part of the thing. Because Don Morocco comes out, Nikolai Volkov is right behind him. They're like, what the hell is going on here? Referees are stopping Nikolai Volkov. Don Morocco goes in, and then the next entry is Nikolai Volkov. So Nikolai Volkov either got confused in terms of what number he was, or if the refs, or if something screwy happened. I don't know the backstory, or if anything, or if that was just a plot device in the match.
Tony, thoughts on the Rumble?
Fucking Nikolai just standing there and the referee's not letting him in the ring.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt's favorite wrestler, Jim Duggan, won the match. What else is there to say? Eliminates Dino Bravo and the one-man gang to finish this sucker.
The one-man gang had 6 eliminations.
Of course he did. He's the fucking one-man gang. That's that original Diesel push.
And wasn't he? But he came in late though. He may have been.
He was number 19.
Yeah, there you go.
Here's an interesting bit of information. Ultimate Warrior was in this match. A very young, very new to WWF Ultimate Warrior who had no eliminations, but was eliminated by 2 of the final 4 men, Dino Bravo, one-man gang. Pretty wild.
Yeah. And I can't say for certain, I can't say for certain, in terms of where they were, but you look at Sting in WCW or in NWA in 88 and Warrior in WWE in 88, kind of on the same trajectory. Sting may have been a little bit further along. Warrior doesn't get his, comeuppance till he beats Honky in Honky Tonk Man, and I guess that's also 88. So they're right there.
I think there's some star power in this match. I don't think all these guys are like up and comers. I mean, you got Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart, Tito Santana, The Natural, Jake Roberts, Handsome Harley Race is in this thing. Well, I mean Danny Davis, but
don't disrespect Boris Zukov.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Don't do it.
Jim Duggan, Rob Bass, the Killer Bees are in this thing. Hillbilly Jim.
Junkyard Dog, baby.
Junkyard Dog's in there. No eliminations for the JYD though.
No.
Jim Duggan had 3 eliminations. Come on.
The Warrior threw up a goose egg too. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, you know what? You can see it already that the Warrior was going to stand out, but he just didn't stand out here. It was just, kind of nothing.
That's okay. I don't think he needed to stand out here. I think Duggan was a good pick to win this.
For sure. He was super over. Sorry about that.
That scream sneeze.
Yeah, I do a little bit.
That's what I do. So
I don't mean to, but
it's okay. It feels good.
It feels good.
It feels good. Then we have the so Duggan wins the Rumble. A lot of fun every 2 minutes, first of its kind. And then we have the Islanders versus the Young Stallions. We get a clean sweep by the Islanders.
Yeah, this was also in the middle of the kidnapping of Matilda, wasn't it? I think these guys are already in a feud with the Bulldogs at this point, maybe?
That doesn't come into play here, though.
No, it doesn't, but this is around that time.
Is it?
I don't think so, because
I think
Haku,
they're gone.
Yeah, I think they're gone, and Haku is pretty much a single in 89 at some point. Oh no, this is 88.
Yeah, this is the very beginning of 88. Cars. I love girls in cars. Were the Young Stallions already girls in cars at this point?
No, that was Strike Force.
No,
it's Young Stallions.
Yeah, it was
No,
Young
Strike
Stallions.
Force. Strike Force was girls in cars.
What's the Young Stallions ones then?
Young Stallions was Crank It Up.
Yeah.
That was it. Another face team stealing Jimmy Hart's music. The nerve.
Love the Young Stallions.
Okay, so yeah, you're right, Tony. They were okay. They did work at 4 with the Matilda gimmick. It was the Islanders and Heenan against the Bulldogs and Coco Beware. Everybody get up! So
This
is
yeah. All right.
It didn't have anything to do with anything here. And like Matt said, the Islanders win in 2 straight falls because Paul Roma hurt his little knee and
Hey, you ever had a knee injury, buddy? Take it down a level over there.
I'm not trying to wrestle the Islanders when I do. Fucking Tama, Haku, are you fucking kidding me?
He got it in the match though.
Fuck him. Should have carried him out like fucking Dynamite Kid.
A boo. But there was more. I think they gave you a little more meat on the bone with the Rumble too. The Dino Bravo thing I hated, but it was, it's kind of, look, if you're just flipping channels or you're watching, you see this fucking Haas putting 715 up, regardless if just cheated or not, it's pretty good. And then the Hogan Andre stuff was the hottest shit they were doing. So,
bro,
and you're not paying for it.
We didn't even get the Macho Man on this show. We didn't get Ted DiBiase on this show. We didn't get the Honky Tonk Man on this show. Like, there's a lot of like star power that wasn't here. Go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry.
Wasn't DiBiase in the interview with Andre on the podium in the middle of the
okay, fair enough.
But he didn't 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah, but he didn't wrestle on the show. They were there, but they really, it was the interview. But where was Savage? Savage, arguably, like one of the biggest stars on the roster at this point. What if they would have Randy Savage win the Royal Rumble?
He was on his way to winning the title at WrestleMania 4.
Yeah, he was on that trajectory already.
They'd already made that decision. Yeah.
Championship,
brother.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what a time to be a wrestling fan. Definitely go back, watch these 2 shows. They are, it's interesting to see.
Yep. Definitely recommend to watch both. 100%. No doubt. Watch both of them. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, check it out because it's fun to see, this is, and remember the NWA Jim Crockett promotion show they put that on pay-per-view. So this is what Vince countered with. And it's just interesting to see. So definitely check it out. Shake it up. Check it out.
Shake it up.
Do you gentlemen have anything else you want to discuss, or do you want to pull this train to the station a little early tonight, fellas?
Yeah, we could do that. That sounds like a good idea.
All right. Well, Kevin's off to Florida, so safe travels this week, Kevin. If you could bring back some warm weather, I think we would all appreciate that a little bit.
Ooh,
thank you.
In your hands, in Kevin Garifo's hands.
I'll be floating around. I got a lot of wrestling from last week to catch up on and this week, so be sure to follow us on social media. I'll be working the Twitter machine at Wizards Podcast, and we are, of course, available on all forms of social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, at Wizards Podcast. Rate, review, subscribe if you're listening, watching, partaking in any Shining Wizards activities on any of those platforms. And of course, tell your friends.
Just some programming notes. We are doing some cleanup on the websites. We are in the process of starting to move and migrate things. This goes for the Shining Wizards as well as our Wednesday show, the Mark Order Boys, the Mark Order Podcast. If by chance you cannot find us on our usual haunts, all episodes will still be available on the Shining Wizards Network. We might run into some issues where we're getting things transferred, moved, whatnot. The network for now is not moving, is not going anywhere. So you will be able to find us there. So if there are problems, please bear with us. We are working on it. There aren't any problems as of today, but things can change. But the episodes will still be available everywhere. These guys are going to be on video Wednesday, so you can still tune in and catch them just like you're catching us tonight. And that's it. Hopefully we're moving on to bigger and better things, and we will have less issues and less problems and less bullshit. I think we could all agree less bullshit is more better for all of us.
Yes, more shit, more good. Less bullshit, more gooder.
Yes, definitely more gooder. And thanks to Jazzy Gabert for joining us tonight. Don't forget, Sirius, February 20th. It's going to be a Sunday, late morning, early afternoon for us, 11 a.m., 5 p.m. if you're over in Deutschland. That's DE for anyone who needs to know what Germany is. What are the plugs? Sirius XM.
It's
there we go. Thank you for that.
At Sirius
Sirius
Germany on Twitter and at Sirius Wrestling on Instagram. Be sure to follow both of them for updates. As you heard here, we got the breaking news. Al Snow and Katarina Winter will be doing the commentary for that event. So
how crazy is that? Both friends of the show joining Jazzy
it's
over
awesome.
in Germany.
So if you are hip to it, get on that Fight TV app and you buy this pay-per-view, the show, and you watch it.
Fucking buy it, asshole.
You love it.
I'm buying it.
You support Jazzy and everything she stands for. Even if she is a little weird.
Dude, she is who she is. Come on, bro.
Dude, she's turned into an alien.
Yeah.
She wants you to sit on her throne next to her.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, buddy. 2-2-2-2-2-2-2.
Something like that. 2-2-2-2-2.
Yeah.
No, 2-20. 22.
2-22-22. 2-2-2-2-2. 5 twos.
I thought it was 2-20-22. No, it's 2-22-22. That's right.
Yeah, that's why she wants it. It's all twos.
Is that some sort of alien thing?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't even know that D meant Germany, so.
Well, there you go.
I mean, if you're writing it out that way, you have to include the 0 in front of the first 2.
Oh, literal Kevin.
I think.
Kevin's got to ruin it for Jazzy. Sorry, Jazzy.
Listen, I saved it because I wasn't there for the interview. So but
we'll be back next week. We got
you killed me. Tremont engaged. Who's he engaged to?
All right. Thank you.
We'll be back next week. TSF joins us early in the show, and you've seen them on Dark Elevation. Plus, we'll have a full episode full of wrestling talk and talk about wrestling.
I feel like we should play the intro music.
I'm going to have to put it all. I got to do it in post because you just fucking jumped in there and just thought you were saving the fucking
Whatever. No, I did save the show. Fucking Jazzy was sitting there. It's fucking 1 o'clock in the morning where she is, and you guys are like, "Oh, we'll talk to you in a few minutes."
No, you were late. We had already dropped her in and had a conversation with her, and we were going to start the show. We had it all under control.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
Good night, Gracie. Fucker.
I hate you.
4-2, baby. We start the year off right.
That's right. Be sure to tune in next week to find out if I went 0 for the century on my fucking picks again.
Oh, fuck. It'll be March, and Matt'll be like fucking 44 matches back.
Nah, man, this is my year. I'm getting it this year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're getting it right in the old keister again.
It's very rude.
Yeah.
Very rude, sir. Appreciate that.
To keep on tuning in. We're 360 days away from Tony being a 3-time pay-per-view champion. You heard it here first.
Not this year, my friends.
Yes, my friends.
My friends.
I give Kate the closing announcement. Good night, Gracie. Goodbye, everybody.
Catch you guys next week for another fun-filled episode of the Shining Wizards Wrestling.